Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents... Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Hi there. This is Randy Stone. I cover the Nightbeat for the Daily. Stories start in many different ways. This one began in the city's morgue. The poor devil lying on a hard slab. Murdered through the courtesy of Randy Stone. Corpse in a dark alley was the business at hand. In a big city, a dead man is a pretty impersonal thing. But I had a special interest in this one because they wanted me to identify him. So here I was in the early morning, standing beside a sheet-covered slab. Then the policeman nodded, and the attendant pulled back the sheet.
Well?
Yes, that's him. That's Ted Carter.
Right, that does it. We had to get positive identification, Randy, and you were the only one we could reach. Sorry I had to get you out of bed.
That's all right.
Well, I suppose that winds it up. Be seeing you, and thanks for the trouble.
I walked away from that policeman as if he had the smallpox and I'd never been vaccinated. When I hit the street, it was raining. The sky was gray. There was a cold chill in the air. I waited for a cab, thinking for the first time how I hated this city, hated it. Because somewhere in that rain was Ted's killer. What was he doing now? Sleeping? Having his morning coffee? Waiting for the first editions to come out to see how well he'd done? You'd have to look hard to find anything about Ted. Page 6. Ex-hoodlum found shot. Period. When you're an ex-anything, that's a nice way of saying you're dead, brother. Lie down. Then a cab showed up. I went over to see Ted's girl, Joan. As soon as she opened the door, I knew she'd found out. Her face looked pinched and pale. Her eyes were red, just as if she'd squeezed out the last tear.
Oh, Randy, why did it have to happen like that?
I'm sorry, Joan. You didn't go down to see?
No, I couldn't.
Sure, I understand. Who do you think did it?
I don't know. He told me he was finished with the rackets.
What was he doing, Joan? Who had he been mixed up with?
He didn't tell me anything. I didn't ask him. I believed him when he told me he was going straight.
I'm going to find out who killed him, Joan.
You and Ted lived in different worlds.
Who was the last chap he worked for, Joan? Who got sore when Ted decided to go straight?
I don't know. I don't know.
Joan didn't know. I went around to the old haunts, his former friends. They didn't know. The cops didn't know. Ted had kicked around in this city among all these people for 28 years. And now, suddenly, it was as if he'd never lived at all. Then I remembered his ex-wife. A little item with baby blue eyes and red hair. Laverne Claire. Even after he met Joan, he'd kept sneaking back to Laverne, like a drunk trying to decide whether to spend his last pennies phoning Alcoholics Anonymous or buying a glass of Plonk. I went looking for Laverne. She had the number 4 spot in one of those 5 times a day shows on the untidy side of town. When I got there, I had to wait till the fleshy part of the entertainment was over. Then I went to her dressing room. Ted spent a lot of time telling me how crazy he was about you, Laverne.
Yeah. He was a good scout.
He liked to tell me about the way you looked when you danced.
Did he? Where's my drink?
Here. Who do you think killed him, Laverne?
Look, Mr. Stone, you're a nice bloke. You don't want to get mixed up with Bailey. I want a drink.
Bailey?
I didn't say Bailey.
So it's Bailey, huh? Bailey? He's had his claws around this town's throat for quite a while. So Ted knew something and he
No,
had...
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything. Get out of here right away, you understand?
Yeah, I'm beginning to understand. So I had a lead. Only what a lead. Bailey, a new type gangster. Suite of offices in the Loop. A home in the country. Patron of the arts. After I told Joan of my lead, I went to see my policeman pal.
Bailey? Randy, you surprised me. You don't really expect me to arrest Bailey.
Want to bet?
What have I got to go on?
Arrest him on suspicion. Sweat it out of him.
Sure. Just like that.
So you won't touch Bailey?
Give me something to go on and I'll get him. But it's got to be good, Randy. It's got to be good.
All right, I'll be back. I couldn't stop. I was like a snowball. Somebody started rolling down a hill. Ted was dead because he believed in me. I couldn't forget that any more than I could forget my name. Then I remembered my job. The paper? Sure, why not? What? Big shot racketeer sends for his aspirin every time someone mentions the back alley murder of Ted Carter. When is the law going to wake up and change the address of Mr. B from a luxurious penthouse to a cold, condemned cell?
Listen to this, Mr. Bailey. Stone's latest little offering. When are the police going to bring in the Carter killer?
Let me see it, Jerry. And if they don't know who it is, I'll give them a hint. Think of Daly and reach for the letter B.
How long's he going to get away with that?
Hand me the phone.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
I want Randy Stone.
You got him.
I'll say it only once, Mr. Stone.
Huh?
I don't like this kind of publicity.
Oh, you must be Bailey.
I'm asking you to stop.
Real polite like, huh?
That's right. Polite. So what's the good word, Mr. Stone?
The good word? I got a whole sack full. If you get a copy of the Daily first thing tomorrow, you'll see him right under my byline.
Now listen, Stone.
Something like this. When are the local gendarmes going to knock on Mr. Bailey's door with a warrant for his... Okay. So he doesn't want a preview. So let him pay fourpence. Well, that was more like it. I started feeling like one of those uranium prospectors when the Geiger counter starts to click. So Bailey was beginning to squirm, huh? Well. On him it looked just fine. I worked late on my copy that night, giving Bailey enough needles to sew a circus tent. I was feeling pretty good when I headed for home. I unlocked my door and stepped inside. I didn't have to shut the door. It was shut for me.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Stone. My name's Jerry.
Well, Jerry, as long as you're here, make yourself at home.
You're a humorist, aren't you? Like your friend Ted Carter.
What do you know about Ted Carter?
He was a regular card.
Okay, what do you want?
Mr. Bailey sent me over to take a look at you.
Your boss?
Mr. Bailey.
And you, your little boy Blue, huh?
Yeah, a wisecracker, all right.
Tell that boss of yours I'll be dropping around to see him for an interview.
He doesn't want it that way. He sent me to see you instead.
Yeah?
Mr. Bailey wants me to teach you a lesson with this blackjack. Yeah. Mr. Bailey hasn't got a sense of humor. Wisecracker.
I woke up with a nice view of my ceiling. A sign outside the window flashed on and off. And every time it flashed on, it was like that pal of Bailey's with his blackjack testing his strength on my skull and doing fine. After a while, I crawled into the bathroom and held my head under a cold tap until my eyes came back into focus. And I cleaned up, changed clothes, and found a cab. It was 11:15 when I reached Joan's apartment. I had to knock a long time before she came to the door. She was rubbing the sleep out of her eyes.
Randy, come in.
Thanks, honey.
What happened to you?
Surprise party. By the same people who surprised Ted.
Wait, I'll get some bandages.
That's not why I came.
No?
When Ted quit the rackets, what did he do with his gun?
He left it with me to show he was on the level. Why?
I want Ted's gun.
What are you going to do with it?
Never mind, just get me the gun.
No, Randy. No, you'll only...
The gun!
Where are you going?
Wentworth Towers. Bailey has an office there.
You're walking right into a trap. They'll kill you like they killed Ted.
If I don't go, Jerry will be coming around again. You see, either way, it's no good. At least this way, I say when. When I got to Wentworth Towers, it was almost midnight. The streets were deserted. The only sounds were distant traffic. The front door was locked. The only light in the lobby came from the night lift. An old man sat inside the lift, dozing. Hey there!
Nobody in the building now. All the offices are closed.
Not all of them, Pop. I have an appointment with Mr. Bailey.
You have? Okay, I'll take you up. 11th floor. Come on.
The lift came to a stop on the 11th floor. The doors opened, and Jerry stepped out of the darkness. Only his gun was in his fist.
Take us downstairs, pup.
Sure thing, Jerry.
I want to see Bailey.
We know. But Bailey doesn't want to see you. Say, keep your hands out of your pockets. Let me see where you got there, Stone. A gun. Pretty nice, thanks.
Don't mention it. I'm always handing out souvenirs.
You go out first, pup, and open the street door.
All right, Jerry. I'll get it open for you.
Everything all right, pup? Is it all clear?
Why don't you get out there and see?
Here, I'll help you. Hey, what the...
I shoved Jerry out and started the lift going up. I could see little lights blink on the instrument panel as I passed each floor. Bailey was on the 11th floor, and I was getting closer. 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 It stopped. I kept punching the button again and again. The lift wouldn't budge. I tried to open the door, but it was sealed tight. The signals on the panel said I was stuck between the 3rd and 4th floors. The little boy Blue and the old man had gone to the basement and switched off the power of my lift. I was trapped. But as long as I was between floors, they couldn't get to me either. Little boy Blue reasoned it out this way, too.
How are we going to get this lift down here so we can get at him?
You wait here. I'll go down to the basement and get him down to the 3rd with the emergency crank.
All right, but hurry.
It was turning into a big evening. In a couple of minutes, I could feel my lift inching down toward the 3rd floor. I looked around for some kind of a way out. Then I saw the little emergency door on the roof of the lift. I climbed up on the old man's stool and pushed the door upward. And then I started pulling myself out of the cage. Now I was standing on top of the lift, hanging onto the greasy cable that ran down from the roof. I heard a shattering of glass, which meant that Jerry was using his gun butt to break through the little glass window in my lift door so he could reach in and spring it open. Nice work. Now, if I could work out a way to stay alive for the next 5 minutes, Mr. Einstein could move over.
Where is he? How could he get out of here?
When he couldn't, Hey, Jerry. Jerry, look up there. The trapdoor's open. He's on top of the lift.
Yeah? Now that ain't playing fair. How many floors in this building, Pop?
12? Why?
I've always wanted to run a lift. Let's see how fast we can get to the roof.
Oh, Jerry.
Shut up. Hold on to your hat, Stone.
We were rising a mile a minute, and all I could do was sprawl down and watch the roof of the building coming at me. Faster, faster, the top pulley swinging round and round, louder, louder. The roof rushing to meet me as though we were lovers from way back. Faster, faster, almost to the top. Almost. Ah! Now I knew how those goats felt when the bomb went off at Bikini. The shock of the lift smacking against the huge top springs shook me up like a bag of cement in a concrete mixer. But I was alive, which is always encouraging. Jerry stopped off on the 12th floor. Pop started taking the lift down very slowly. I was still sprawled out on top of the roof trying to get the cobwebs out of my brain.
All right, Pop.
Pop stopped it when the roof was level with the open door on the 12th floor.
Ah, you must be the original India rubber man, Stone. You'd make a fortune in the circus.
Nothing at all. I owe it all to my heavy underwear.
Come on, climb out here.
How can I refuse such a nice invitation, especially when you're holding a gun?
Come on back up, Pop.
Lift! Will you wait just a minute, please?
Who's that?
It's one of the cleaning women. You better put that gun away.
Well, is this sure a break? I thought you'd be taking a snooze.
All right. Come on. Get in.
Yes. It's hard to get a lift this time of night. We rode down, the four of us. No one said anything. The cleaning woman was half dead on her feet, her head bobbing, half asleep. That lovely, innocent, tired old gal was saving my life. So long as she was with us.
I'll get out on the 3rd floor, Pop. I'm going to the dressing room.
All right, 3 it is. Here, number 3.
Thank you. Good night, Pop.
Cheers, Pop. I get off here, too.
Stone! Come back here, Stone!
I raced down the dark hall past the cleaning woman who stared at me with mouth wide open. In the distance, I saw what I was looking for, a little red sign that said stairway. My pal was right after me. I got to the stairs, started down, 4 at a time. He was right on my tail.
You're not getting away, Stone.
I had to get out of here fast. The party was getting rough. I reached the main floor, but instead of going through the lobby and into the street, I ducked behind the tobacco counter. Jerry raced by. He went through the front door, looking for me on the street outside. I looked at the indicator over the night lift door. The old guy was still parked on the 3rd floor. I went to the stairs again and down into the basement. I needed a lift in the worst way. There were several parked for the night. I took one and started up. The 11th floor. The building tapered off up here. Around the small square hallway were 6 office doors. Bailey was behind one of those doors. I tried the first door, nothing. The second door was locked, too. Then a telephone started ringing inside one of the offices. I hurried over to it, locked. The transom was half open, but no light showed through. Then as I was about to turn away, I heard...
Hello, Jerry. Where the devil are you? The lobby. You crazy fool, he's up here. Yes, he's in the hall just outside this door. Now get up here right away and don't take any chances. As soon as your lift door opens, kill him. All right, move.
The indicator above the night lift door was blinking fast. It was on its way up and Jerry was in it. The instant the door opened, he'd kill me. Right then, I started thinking of Joan.
You'll end up like Ted, with 5 bullet holes in your back.
Yes, it was beginning to look that way. The lift had passed the 7th floor, 8th, 9th. The little lights were dancing like a string of shooting stars. Jerry was coming up fast. I was beginning to feel those bullets staring into my back.
You'll end up like Ted, with 5 bullet holes in your back.
With 5 bullet holes in my back. His back. I'd fought my way 11 stories to reach Bailey, and now I wasn't thinking about Bailey.
You'll end up like Ted, with 5 bullet holes in your back.
As Jerry's lift passed the 10th floor, I started running for the lift I'd brought up. I jumped into it and started down. I didn't want to kill Bailey anymore. I only wanted to get to Joan. On my way, I made a phone call. Joan was waiting for me when I got to her apartment. She wanted the whole story, everything that happened. When I finished, I watched her relax a little.
And you didn't kill Bailey?
No, Joan, I didn't kill Bailey.
Police siren. Sounds as if it's stopping in front of the house.
Yes, they came here sooner than I expected.
Sooner than you... You've been lying to me. You did kill Bailey. They've come to arrest you. You lied.
I haven't lied, Joan. And they haven't come to arrest me.
Huh?
They've come to arrest you.
Me?
For the murder of Ted Carter.
What are you talking about? I didn't...
Oh, yes, you did. You said the wrong thing tonight when I went out to get Bailey.
What do you mean?
You said I'd end up like Ted with 5 bullet holes in my back. How did you know about that? It wasn't in any of the newspaper stories, and you never went to the morgue. There was no way on earth you could have known unless you killed him. Be right with you. That's the police, Joan. Any more questions?
Yes. And I know what it's like to be in love. I was willing to do anything for him. Scrub his floor, wash his clothes, give him a good home, anything. But always he kept going back to Laverne. The way I loved him, do you think I could let any other woman...
Okay, boys, I'll let you in. I just want you to know one thing, Joan. No matter what you thought, Ted really loved you. You see, Laverne represented his old world. But with you, he was going to have his new life. You remember that, will you? Okay, boy, she's all yours. Yes, that's the story of Ted Carter, murdered in the name of love. Okay, if that's what love does to you, I'll string along with Canasta. I'm just feeling low tonight. Because murder is only a symptom of what we're suffering from. The disease is selfishness and jealousy and greed. Too many of us have decided that the golden rule may have been all right for Grandpa, but nowadays the fashionable thing is dog eat dog. Relax, Randy, boy, relax. It's always a tough world at 5 in the morning with a stale cup of coffee and a second-hand ham sandwich at your elbow. But cheer up, kid. Look what's coming up over the loop. The sun. Thank you, Smiling Sol. And coffee, boy.
Nightbeat. Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Hi there. This is Randy Stone. I cover the Nightbeat for the Daily. Stories start in many different ways.
Statistically speaking, someone once said a story is born every 15 seconds. Could be, but you've got to go out in the night and dig for it. Dig behind love and hate and fear. Probe for that story that fills up tomorrow's paper. Only sometimes it just doesn't seem important. Nothing seems important except maybe to change the ribbon in your typewriter, empty the ashtray, clean out the bottom drawer of the desk. I had a couple of tired items I've been keeping for just such an occasion. I wrote them, rewrote them, and threw them in the wastebasket. Because a night beat is a matter of legwork. Only one way to do it. Mohammed has to go out to the mountain. So I put on my coat, got my hat, and started out. I was just walking out of the city room. I'd opened the door to the hall, and I looked right into a pair of inquiring blue eyes.
Pardon me.
Oh, sure.
I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for a newspaper man.
Well, if you're not too particular, I'm a reporter. My name is Randy Stone.
Oh. Would you be interested in a story, Mr. Stone?
So the mountain does come to Mohammed.
What? I don't understand.
It's just a figure of speech. Come on in. We can sit down.
Oh, no. I'd rather stay out here in the hall.
Okay. Well, let's hear it.
Oh, wait. Is it true that newspapers will pay money to get a big story? A really big story?
Oh, they've been known to, if it's important enough. And it's an exclusive.
How much would they pay?
Well, look, I can't set a price. That's up to the publisher. Besides, it depends. What do you have to sell?
Well, I'm married to a communist spy.
Why tell me? Why don't you go to the FBI?
But they won't pay anything. I've got to have money. And you've got to promise me you won't tell them until after you've paid us.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Hold it. If you've got a story, my boss will be happy to buy an exclusive, but not behind the government's back.
Oh, you can tell the FBI. I didn't mean you couldn't give them the facts, but we've got to be safe first. Don't you see? We've got to be safe.
Now, wait. Before everybody gets in an uproar, let's find out if you have got a story. Where is your husband?
I'll take you to him.
In my trade, you can't ever afford to overlook a lead because the most implausible things turn out to be true, and the most plausible, phony. I went down the elevator with a girl. And how long have you known about your husband?
Mr. Stone, there's somebody following us.
Huh? No, there's nobody following.
Yes, there is. Back there. He just stepped into the shadows of that doorway.
Yeah. Yeah, there is someone. Wait for me at the cab stand. She went on ahead. I stopped, went through my pockets like I'd forgotten something. Something I can do for you, bud.
Hello, Stone.
Louis Martell. Aren't you in the wrong neighborhood?
I want to talk to you.
I'm busy. See me tomorrow.
You'll see me now. Am I pointed enough?
Louis, when are you going to quit sticking a gun in people's ribs? Don't you know the smart thugs don't do it anymore?
Maybe I'm not smart, but I'm effective. You know what I mean? And I got my eye on you, Stone, so play ball.
And what's that supposed to mean?
That column you wrote yesterday. The boys didn't like it. They told me to tell you they didn't like it.
Well, that's the highest praise I've ever had. Now, if you don't mind, I'm in a hurry.
Then I'm ready. You said on the paper we was in for a surprise. You said somebody was going to push us out of business. Where'd you get that idea?
Professional secrets. I never divulge the source of my information.
What kind of double talk is that?
I'm like a doctor or a lawyer. How would you like it if I knew something about you and I spill? Wouldn't be very nice of me, would it?
No. Wouldn't be healthy either.
Now get out of my way, Louis, and go play hood someplace else.
Okay. But keep something in mind, Stone. Don't hold out on us. You know, even cops get hurt sometimes.
Yeah. I'll keep it in mind. I walked away from the gunsil. By the time I got around the corner, the adrenaline in my body had subsided to something like normal. Because I'm no different than anybody else. You stick a gun in my ribs, I turn cold inside. By the time I got to the cab stand, I was annoyed in more ways than one than Louis had stopped me. Because Mrs. Grix wasn't there. But I wasn't especially surprised. If she had been telling the truth, she'd run out of fear. And if she hadn't, well, you run into it all the time. I walked about 2 blocks, and I was crossing the street when a cab pulled up.
Mr. Stone.
Mrs. Grix.
Get in.
I thought you'd taken a powder on me.
Who's that man who was following us?
No, he wasn't following you. He was following me.
Why? Why should he follow you?
No, it was nothing. Forget it. Just a cheap thug who's sore over some publicity I gave him.
Well, I think you've shaken him off. I don't see him anywhere.
You know, I'm beginning to believe you're serious about this cloak and dagger stuff.
Yes, Mr. Stone. Dead serious.
And you'd sell your husband down the river for a few pieces of gold? This must be a great love.
You don't understand. Rudy wants to quit. He wants the American people to know... He must make them realize the danger before it's too late. He wants to help them.
He does?
Oh, he realizes he's done a lot of harm to America, but he couldn't help himself.
They twisted his arm.
They sent him here from Czechoslovakia. They told him all kinds of lies.
And now he's seen the light.
I'm afraid you don't believe me.
If what you say is true, and he's so anxious to square books, why didn't he come himself?
He's afraid. He's in constant fear.
Of what?
The secret police.
In New York?
Oh, I know what you're thinking. When I lived in Kansas, I wouldn't have believed it either. But Rudy's country, well, things are different. You can't know what it's like, Mr. Stone, to know you're being spied on, to wonder who's going to kill you and when.
It seems to me what you need is protection, not money.
If you're not interested, Mr. Stone, maybe I ought to go to another paper.
I didn't say I wasn't interested, but one thing I don't quite get makes me skeptical. When we splash this story on the front page, what good is money going to do you?
With money, we can lose ourselves. I know where we can get a little farm, way off the beaten track.
In Kansas?
Please don't ask me. I can't tell you.
Incidentally, where's this cloak and dagger operation going on?
At the circus.
The circus?
Yes. Rudy's a clown. The high-wire clown.
She didn't talk the rest of the way to the circus lot. She just sat and stared moodily out of the window. The circus was in progress when we got there. It had about half an hour to go before it broke. Mrs. Grapes took me through the back way, zigzagging between performers' trailers to a dressing room tent, the well-known Clown Alley. She pulled me back into the shadows as 4 or 5 clowns passed on their way to the big top.
Now, Rudy will be alone. We can go in.
We walked into the tent, past the long row of dressing tables and mirrors to the end, where a man wearing the most incredibly melancholy clown makeup sat staring into the mirror.
Rudy, I've brought someone to talk to you.
Oh? To talk to me? What about?
You know, Rudy. You know what about.
My name is Stone, Mr. Briggs. Randy Stone. I'm with the Daily, and your wife has told me...
Rudy, I was right. They pay for stories.
What an incredible country this is. Imagine paying money for news.
And, of course, we'll have to have proof.
Rudy, my friend, is it not time for... Oh, I did not know you have company.
It is all right, Kavax.
You are on in a few minutes, Rudy.
Yes, I know. Every day I am on at the same time. I am not likely to forget.
That is good. I only come to remind you of your duty. Excuse me.
Who is that man, Rudy?
But that is Kovacs. You know Kovacs.
Rudy, I've never seen him before in my life.
Jane, why don't you go to your tent and rest? Relax like the doctor told you.
Doctor? Rudy, what are you trying to do to me?
About the story, we'll have to have documentation of every fact you give us.
What is this, documentation that I give you? I don't understand.
Well, we can't just print that you're a spy. We have to substantiate
Spy? Jane, is that... Did you tell this man that I was a spy?
Rudy, please, he can help us.
Jane, go to your quarters.
But Rudy...
Jane, do as I tell you.
Rudy...
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Stone. She will be all right. She has not been well. She fell from a trapeze, you know. Very serious fall, damage to the brain.
Oh.
Poor Jane has it in her mind that I need money to disappear because I'm afraid of the communist secret police. I suppose she told you this, huh?
Yes.
Did she tell you I was chosen as a master spy because of the freedom with which I travel with the circus? That I'm used as a clearinghouse of all espionage in your country? That I'm in contact with the head of the underground in every major city? That I am indeed the most important spy in America?
Well, no, she wasn't quite that explicit.
According to Jane, my life is not worth what you Americans call the plug nickel.
That must have been some fall she took.
It was unfortunate, yes. Any minute she expects none other than Mavlik to appear and eliminate me.
Mavlik? The big Iron Curtain hatchet man?
Fantastic, no? Poor Jane. She worries more about foreign intrigue than the State Department. No, Mr. Stone, I'm afraid I'm just a clown. Just a simple clown who knows how to stay on a high wire without falling off and breaking his neck. I'm sorry you've been caused so much trouble. I have to go now. I'm on in a few minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Why do you look at me like that, so searching?
I was just wondering what you looked like under the makeup.
Oh, I'm just an ordinary guy like anybody. No, there's no story in me, Mr. Stone.
He walked out of Clown Alley, and I stood there a while feeling like a batsman that had been taken out of the play. Big international story, and it ends up to be a mental mirage. I heard a big laugh go up. Somebody was having fun. And since I'd gone to all the trouble to come to the circus, the least I could do was to catch Rudy's act. I slipped into the big top, feeling like a kid who'd sneaked in for free. And from the performer's entrance, I watched Rudy Greeks The clown with a sad face, high on the top of the tent, killing the crowd with his crazy antics on the high wire. He'd take a couple of clumsy, uncertain steps, start to fall with no net beneath him. The crowd shrieked. He grabbed the wire, regained his footing, scratched his ribs with one hand, his head with the other, and they roared with laughter. Then they shrieked again. But this time they didn't laugh, because there wasn't anything to laugh about. Because Rudy wasn't on the high wire anymore. Rudy had plummeted to the ground. And I was in the inner circle of circus people who stood looking down at Rudy with the awesome realization that it might have happened to any one of them. He wasn't dead, but his back was broken. They carried him on a stretcher to the medical tent. I waited outside. A worried-looking, red-faced man came out. How is he?
Bad. Doc says it's just a matter of minutes. Say, I don't know you, do I?
I'm Randy Stone, newspaperman.
Jumping your beauty. I need you like a hole in the head. Look, soft pedal this, Mac, will you? Go easy. It puts a jinx on a show when there's been an accident.
Who are you?
Me? I'm Cassidy. I own this outfit. And with the season we've had and a thing like this happening... Say, what did you say your name was?
Stone, Randy Stone.
Then you must be the guy he's asking for.
Who?
Rudy. You'd better get in there.
Wait, Cassidy. Where's his wife? She ought to be here.
Wife? He hasn't got a wife.
Are you sure?
Look, I know who's with this show and who isn't.
But he told me...
Look, if you want to talk to him, you'd better get in there.
Oh, Stone. Stone, Mr. Stone.
I'm here. I'm right here.
Oh. Are you alone?
Yes.
I haven't much time. Now, listen carefully.
Yes?
Don't let anything happen to Jane. They mustn't do anything to Jane.
Who, Rudy? Who would hurt Jane?
Kovacs, Mavlik. It was all true what I said Jane imagined. All true. She thought we could get a farm. That would have been nice, a farm. Lose ourselves. But you don't. You can't. There's no hiding.
Easy. Take it easy.
You'll get her, Mr. Stone. You must protect her.
I'll do what I can.
Oh. I kept it secret on my age to protect her. But I was wrong. Wrong to dream. There are no secrets. From Mavlik.
Rudy, what happened up there on the high wire? How did you fall?
My shoe. My shoe.
Rudy. Rudy! This was no accident. This was murder. A clown falls off a high wire and dies. This is a story. But it's not the story that pulled me to the circus. Of the two people that were involved, one was dead. And where was the other? What had happened to her, the wife of Rudy Grix? The girl had been so mortally afraid for him. Why hadn't she been there when he died? These were some of the things that were on my mind when Cassidy grabbed me.
So he had his shoe repaired. Well, that doesn't prove anything. He was a tightwad. He'd never spent money on anything.
I have a feeling even a tightwad would spend money on his shoes if his life depended on them.
What are you reaching for, Stone? You think somebody in my show killed him?
That's for the cops to figure out. What did you know about Rudy Grix?
Oh, not much. He was a good performer.
His wife claims he was a communist spy.
Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. He didn't have a wife.
He said different. How about a tall blonde girl named Jane, used to be an aerialist?
Jane? She's not married. Oh, Rudy was nice to her, but then we all were. She took a bad fall last year, hit her head. Hasn't ever been the same since. We keep her around because we're sorry for her.
Where is she now? Where can I find her?
Well, you might try the wardrobe tent. That's where she works.
But she wasn't at the wardrobe tent. I checked all over the lot. I couldn't find her anywhere. The story kept slipping in and out of my fingers. What was truth? What was fiction? Anyway, one thing was clear. I would have to give what little I knew to the police. There was no telephone on the circus lot, so I started away to make a call outside. I walked out, down the empty midway, past the freak exhibits, the lemonade stands now closed for the night, the fortune-telling tent. No one was around. Everything was closed, battened down, except for the shooting gallery. As I passed by it, one man was putting out the lights, racking up the guns. The man who had reminded Rudy of his entrance cue. Kovacs.
Do not move. Stand where you are.
I could barely see him in that dim light, but what I saw made me do exactly as he ordered. He had a rifle trained on me.
Come over here. Closer. No, don't put your hands in your pockets. Put them on the counter. That is fine.
What do you want?
I understand you are looking for Mrs. Griggs.
Yes.
I can take you to her.
Never mind that. Just tell me where she is.
You seem to misunderstand, Mr. Stone. I said I will take you to her.
He backed away from me, racked the rifle, but as quickly as he put it away, another gun appeared in his hand. A Luger.
If you make any attempt to run, to get away, to scream, I will kill you. Now walk straight ahead of me, down the midway, to that car parked on the corner.
It was the second time in one night that I had a gun stuck into my ribs, and I found myself wishing it was still only Louis Martel's automatic. A hometown hood in my own neighborhood. This I could understand. This I could cope with. But Kovacs, he was something else again. We got into the car. A sedan.
You drive.
Why don't you drive? Or don't you know how to handle an American car?
There is no need to be insolent. Drive. I will tell you where to go.
I thought I knew New York, but so did my friend with the Luger. He gave the directions. I followed them. We didn't cover much territory, actually. We kept circling around the same area. Why the Cook's tour?
Precautionary measure.
You know the town pretty well.
I have been here many times. Drive, don't talk.
It was like everything had been tonight, around and around in circles. Pretty soon he tired of it, or else he felt safe. We drove back the way we had come, past the park, the museum, and there at the far end of the circus encampment, out of hearing of any other trailers, we stopped at a luxury house trailer parked on the riverfront. He got out of the car and held the door open for me. We walked to the trailer steps.
Go on. Open the door. Step inside.
Mr. Stone!
It was Mrs. Jane Griggs. I recognized her from the clothes she wore. It would have been hard to recognize her from her face. It had been beaten almost beyond recognition. She was huddled in the corner, sobbing. And seated comfortably on the couch, smoking a cigarette, was an overly handsome, blonde young man.
Come in, come in. Close the door, Kovacs. Well, Mr. Stone, it was nice of you to come with Kovacs. But then Kovacs has always been inordinately persuasive.
From the looks of Mrs. Griggs' face, I'd say you were pretty persuasive yourself.
I have that reputation.
You wouldn't be Mavlik, would you?
You have heard of me? This I do not like.
Mavlik, he knows about the shoe.
Your situation becomes more and more unfortunate, Mr. Stone. But you are just in time for what you Americans call the second show. Mrs. Griggs, where is the information that your husband has collected for us?
I don't know. I told you I don't know.
You're lying, Mrs. Griggs.
But I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
You do know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Then let me refresh your memory. Rudy Griggs was sent here for a very definite purpose. To correlate information from our scattered agents all over the country. And to pass the information on to us. And he did his job well. Until he married you. That was his mistake.
No, you made the mistake. It wasn't me. I didn't change his mind. He was being able to go from state to state without showing papers, to do what he wanted without asking permission. For the first time in his life, to think for himself.
All right. If you won't cooperate, we go back to the first way.
Leave her alone.
Correct. Hold him.
Well, you stupid, let go of me.
Don't be so impatient, Mr. Stone. Your turn is next.
Oh!
Scream all you want to. No one will hear you.
Please, please. I'll tell you anything if you promise to leave Rudy alone.
Of course we will. Where is the information?
Don't sell out, Mrs. Griggs. It's too late. Rudy's dead.
Shut up! You shouldn't have killed him. Now you'll never find out because I don't know. No one knew but Rudy.
He was with Rudy when he died. Maybe he told him. Excellent, Kovacs. Well, Mr. Stone, aren't you frightened?
Of what? Thugs like you? No, don't get me wrong. I'm no hero, but I cut my teeth on your caliber. New York is a rough city.
Yes, I've seen your gangster movies. Effective but blunt. Very blunt indeed. You will see we are going to give you a night you won't forget.
I'm sure I can depend on it.
Oh, yes, you can depend on it. Like you can depend on our one day liberating your people, too, from your antiquated ideas.
If it weren't so ironic, it'd be funny.
It amuses you?
Not that. I was just thinking of a guy I know named Louis Martel, whose biggest worry in life is that some other gang might take over one little neighborhood in New York.
When we take it over, it will be definite, conclusive. It will be everything.
This you'll have to prove.
Don't worry, Stone. They'll never meet you.
The Marines had landed. It was the right entrance, but the wrong character. Louis Martel standing in the doorway with an automatic in his hand. Why?
So, you're the guy that's gonna take over, huh?
Kovacs!
No, you don't, sweetheart. Yeah. That's what happens to guys that try to muscle in. And you, Stone, you're quite a cute character. Thought you could shake me, huh? Trying to lose me at the circus while you made contact with these out-of-town punks.
You got it all wrong, Louis.
Yeah, sure. Now, the point is, what am I gonna do about you and the dame?
Louis, behind you, look out. Kovac's gonna shoot.
Ha! Won't work, Stone. That gag's as old as the hills. Wait a dirty rat. In the back.
Yes, Kovac, though mortally wounded, had enough strength to shoot. A great international story. I believed it. I bought it. But I couldn't print it because I couldn't prove it. The cops, they pegged it for a gang killing, and you couldn't blame them. That's how it looked, 3 dead hoodlums. I told my story to the FBI. I told them the blonde man was Mavlik. They thought it was very plausible, even interesting. But his identification read Herman Kennedy, Pittsburgh. They almost believed me when Mrs. Greeks backed me up. That is, until they checked and found out she'd had a bad fall and hadn't been the same since. Oh, they were nice about it. Told me to come back if I ever got any proof. Fat chance. But there is one interesting slant to the whole case. Louis Martel. Gangster, killer, hero. Yeah, that's right. He didn't know it, but in a crazy sort of a way, that's what he was. A hero.
Copy, boy.
Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Funny things, stories. My kind of stories shouldn't be scarce. There's drama, comedy, and tragedy in every life if you can only find it. Sometimes a guy can look too hard and too far, and all the time there's a live human story parked on his doorstep. That's what happened to me. I stopped to have a word with Stella, our junior receptionist. Nice kid, Stella. She hadn't been with the paper long, not long enough to lose that starry-eyed look. That kind of look that restores your faith in human nature. A fair-headed, sweet-looking kid with a wonderful, trusting smile. I don't think I was carrying a torch for her. I wasn't. I knew all about Ken Lockhart, that nice young guy who used to call for her. They made an ideal couple. On this afternoon, when I got back to my office, I found Stella Carruthers waiting for me.
You don't mind my waiting here, Mr. Stone?
Oh, that's okay, Stella. What's on your mind?
It's about Ken and me. Dad says we can't see each other anymore.
Maybe he has his reasons.
He won't give any reasons. And usually he's so sweet.
Does he know you've been going round with Ken?
Oh, yes, Mr. Stone. We've been friends and neighbors for years. Ken only lives 3 doors away with his uncle and aunt. Then last night, he came to see Dad to tell him we were going to be married.
To tell him or to ask him?
Well, it's the same thing.
There are 2 schools of thought on that. Go on.
Dad was furious. He said he had no idea that we were serious about each other. He behaved like one of those old-fashioned fathers in the movies. He absolutely forbade the marriage.
What about your mother?
Well, that's the funny part. She got quite agitated, and she agreed with Dad.
Didn't they give any explanation?
Ken asked for one, but they refused. Said it'd be better if we didn't know. Then Dad lost his temper and said we were not to see each other again.
I suppose that means you'll defy it.
I don't want to, but I must. I love Ken. They can't have anything against him. Oh, please help us, Mr. Stone.
Well, I'd like to, but... Well, honestly, I don't see what I can do.
Ken said he'd call for me just the same this afternoon, and at breakfast this morning, Dad said he'd call, so they'll probably meet here.
Yes, that would make it awkward.
If you just have a word with Dad. Please, Mr. Stone.
Me?
He might tell you what he's got against Ken.
Yes, he might at that, but it's none of my business.
You do help people. Everyone knows that. Won't you help us?
Well, I suppose I could try, but your father would be quite justified in giving me a poke in the nose.
No, Dad's not like that. I've never really seen him lose his temper until last night. Until then, Ken and I were so happy. We had wonderful plans. And now...
Okay, Stella, I'll do what I can. But I don't hold out any hope.
As soon as Dad comes, I'll bring him into your office.
Suppose he and Ken arrive at the same time.
Dad will be here earlier, I know that. You will talk to him, won't you, Mr. Stone?
Sure. But I hope he's no heavyweight. Things just happened to me. There was I, with no story and an editor fit to be tied, offering my services to pacify an irate father. I was thinking over various methods of approach when Stella came in with a cheerful, tubby little guy with a very red face and twinkling blue eyes. Certainly not cast for the role of a heavy father. Still, you never can tell.
Mr. Stone? This is Mr. Carruthers, my father.
Oh, glad to know you, Mr. Stone. I always read your column.
Thanks. And I'm glad to know you, Mr. Carruthers. Take a seat.
I'll leave you two to have a talk.
Hold on, Stella. Where are you going?
I still have some work to do, Daddy.
You'll come back here. Don't you leave here without me.
I'll be back, Daddy.
Mr. Stone, I'd better go. I don't want Stella.
Now, you take it easy, Mr. Carruthers. I know all about Stella and Ken Lockhart.
You know?
I know they're nice kids. They're in love. And you don't want them to marry.
Who told you?
Stella, of course.
Oh, Stella's all right. She's our only girl. I know it seems hard, but, well, we can't let her marry Ken Lockhart.
Why not?
Well, do I have to give a reason?
Not to me, but at least I think you owe them an explanation.
Yeah, maybe I do, but, Holly, it's not my place to say anything.
Mr. Carruthers, if you don't mind my saying so, you can't just forbid young people to see each other and leave it at that. That sort of paternal control went out with silent movies.
Well, I don't know what this has to do with you.
I don't either. But I like Stella and Ken. You say you loved your daughter. Well, why turn her against you? She's hurt. She's bewildered. She's ready to defy you.
Oh, it's not easy, Mr. Stone.
I know young Lockhart's calling for her tonight. He's probably here now.
What?
Now, take it easy. I suggest that I get them both in here and you can iron out your troubles. Tell them your objections. If you don't, well, they'll probably run away together.
Yeah. Well, I guess you've got something there, Mr. Stone.
I know I have. Shall I send them in to you?
Bring them in. I'd like you to listen to it. I guess you think I'm pretty hard, but when you hear my reasons...
You don't have to give me your reasons, Mr. Carruthers. They don't concern me.
Well, if it comes to that, the whole thing doesn't concern you. But now that you've butted into it, you may as well see it out. I'll only talk to them if you stay here.
Okay, if that's the way you want it. I'll get them now. I seemed to have bought in as a witness to domestic strife, and there was no way out of it. I found Stella and Ken waiting in the vestibule. They looked young, pathetic, frightened, and in love. Suddenly I was scared, too. Scared to think that a stubborn man had the power to destroy their happiness. I took them into the office. They took refuge behind my desk and waited for events to take shape.
Oh, Dad, Mr. Stone said you wanted to talk to us.
That's so, but first I want to say that I've got nothing against Ken personally, and I'm sorry I lost my temper last night.
Then we can get married.
No, you can't. It's impossible.
But that's what you said last night. Why is it impossible?
Oh, you've no right to ask me. Ask your Uncle Phil.
My Uncle Phil? What's he got to do with it?
Did you tell him what happened at my house last night?
No, I don't get on too well with him. You know that.
You can't marry Stellar, and that's flat.
You won't be able to stop us, Daddy. I don't know what's the matter with you. Don't you want us to be happy?
Oh, sure I do, Stella. You know that, honey, but, well, it won't work out this way.
Look, I'm tired of all this mystery. What's on your mind, Mr. Carruthers?
Well, Holly, it's not my place to tell you.
It is, Dad. I've got to know, too.
You said you'd tell them, Mr. Carruthers.
Okay, Mr. Stone. I'm a man of my word.
Let's hear it.
I'm sorry for you, Ken. Truly sorry. But you must understand...
Look, I'm not asking for sympathy. Please get on with it.
Okay. I don't want to tell you this, but you asked for it. Your father was a murderer.
What?
Dad. No.
He was a strangler. He choked a man to death. He was executed at Sing Sing.
It's not true. It can't be. They told me I was an orphan. Uncle Phil and Aunt Maud adopted me.
After your father had been executed and your mother died, they said it was a broken heart.
I don't believe it. And I don't care. How can you blame Ken?
Well, would any parents want their daughter to marry the son of a man who was executed for a brutal murder?
Are you sure this is true, Mr. Carruthers?
I worked in the law office that handled the case. It all took place in Cleveland, Ohio. A moneylender was strangled. Oh, it was 20 years ago. The murderer's name was Lockhart, Walter Lockhart. Most folk have forgotten about it by now. And no one knew that the little boy that the Grays adopted was the son of Walter Lockhart.
And Uncle Phil isn't...
He's your uncle, all right, by marriage. His wife, your Aunt Maud, was your mother's sister. Oh, I'm sorry, Ken, but that's how it is.
Ken, it doesn't make any difference to us.
Doesn't it?
Honey, it must make a difference. A strangler's son, it might be in the blood.
A strangler?
Mr. Carruthers, I feel you're rather stretching the law of heredity. They can't live in the shadow of the past.
Well, what does Ken feel about it?
Ken, don't look like that. We can forget it all. The past can't harm us.
Why can't it? You heard what your father said. It might be in the blood. Look, Stella. These could be a strangler's fingers.
Ken, don't.
Like father, like son. That's what they say. It's a fact, isn't it, Mr. Stone?
Ken, this has been a great shock to you, but there's no reason why it should destroy your life.
A few words have done that already. Do you think I could dare to marry any woman, to carry on a string of murderers?
Now, hold it, Ken. Let me explain.
I don't hear any more. Thanks for telling me, Mr. Carruthers. I'm grateful to you.
Grateful? Oh, no. Now, listen, son, I'm a father. I had to protect my daughter.
I tell you, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Stella, you must see it makes all the difference in the world.
Does that mean you don't love me?
Oh, I can't stop loving you, but I haven't the right to love anyone.
That's nonsense, Ken. Your father was condemned, not you.
I'm condemned too, Mr. Stone. If I were in Mr. Carruthers' place, I'd feel the same way.
Ken, let's talk about it together.
There's nothing to talk about, Stella. I'm sorry, but I'm going away.
Going away? Where?
Does that matter? Try to forget we ever met. I'll try. Goodbye, Stella.
Ken, wait.
It's no use, Stella. Goodbye.
Ken, come back. Oh, let me go, Daddy. Let me go.
No, easy, honey. Easy. It's better this way.
I sat there helpless while Carruthers prevented Stella from going after Ken. What else could I do? After a while, Stella spoke. Her voice was dull, lifeless. That vivid, gay kid seemed to have aged. She spoke like a weary, disillusioned woman.
I want to go home now.
Sure. We'll go now, Stella.
I only want to go there so that I can get some of my things.
Some of your things.
I'm leaving home. I couldn't stay there anymore.
But, Stella...
I hate you.
Honey, is that fair?
Was it fair of you to tell Ken about his father? Is it fair for him to suffer because of what someone else did years ago?
Well, what can I say to her, Stone? I wanted to keep this from her. You made me tell.
Go home with your father. Don't blame him too much, Stella.
What does it matter?
Please, Stella. After all, I did try to help you, and I want to try again.
I don't care. I really don't care.
Will you give me a chance?
Yes, Mr. Stone.
Thanks. Better take her along now, Mr. Carruthers. I'll contact you soon. Brave words. Give me a chance. I'll contact you. I knew I had to do something, but what? I tried that night. I went to see Dr. Harris, a famous psychiatrist. He was an old friend of mine, and I thought he might be able to help. Now, Doctor, suppose a guy commits a brutal murder. Suppose he's a merciless killer. Could those traits be hereditary?
It could depend on a number of factors. Environment, for instance. If a child grows up in an environment of cruelty and ruthlessness, it's quite likely that he'll follow in his father's footsteps.
Well, suppose the kid grew up in a totally different environment. Didn't even know his father was a killer.
Then it should have no effect on him at all.
That's what I thought. But suppose this kid grew up a fine, decent citizen, then suddenly found out that his father was executed for murder.
That's different.
You mean he might develop vicious traits?
That all depends. It'll probably prey on his mind. What are you getting at, Randy?
I know a kid. He was going to be married. He was happy, carefree. Then suddenly he found out about his father. It smashed his life, also the life of his girl. She's willing to carry on, but he won't.
I can understand that, Randy. The shadow of his father's crime would always cloud his marriage.
I guess you're right, Doc, but... Say, could a white lie save him?
A white lie?
Now, suppose someone found out that this killer wasn't his father, only his stepfather.
That'd help a lot. But it's not a responsibility I'd like to take.
Why not?
Suppose he found out the truth after his marriage. It could lead to tragedy.
Yes, it could at that. You got any suggestions?
If you could find some evidence in the father's favor, that he'd been provoked, that he killed in self-defense, that might help.
People don't usually strangle in self-defense.
I'm afraid they don't.
Well, thanks, Doc. I won't ask the fee because you haven't given me the cure. But I'll keep trying. I must. I kept trying to think of some way out, when suddenly I remembered that Ken Lockhart only lived 3 doors away from Stella's. I drove up to the house, got out, rang the bell, but it wasn't Ken who opened the door.
Yeah?
Oh, good morning. Is Ken Lockhart in?
No, doesn't live here anymore.
You know where he does live?
No, he left last night, said he wasn't coming back.
Did he say why he was leaving?
Didn't say anything. Who are you, mister?
My name is Stone, Randy Stone from the Daily.
A newspaper man?
That's right.
What do you want with Ken?
I want to talk to him about a murder.
A murder?
One that took place 20 years ago in Cleveland.
You mean his father? Did Ken find out?
Yes. That's why he left home.
Who told him?
He wanted to marry Stella Carruthers, and her father...
So that's it. Old man Carruthers knew all about it.
Tell me what you know about the murder.
Why don't you look up the old newspaper files?
I have. You were Walter Lockhart's partner. He owed a lot of money to a financier called Gregory. He was being pressed for payment. He went to Gregory to plead with him. The next morning, Gregory was found strangled. A lot of his money was missing, and some of it was found in Walter Lockhart's room.
You got the whole thing dead right.
Lockhart never admitted his guilt. He protested his innocence right to the end.
You can't blame him for that.
You gave evidence against him, Mr. Gray.
I did my duty. I warned Walter about getting into that. He wouldn't listen to me, and that night he said he was going to settle with Gregory once and for all.
I read the evidence.
What else do you want to know?
Suppose you help me with Ken Lockhart. Tell him you believed in his father's innocence. Try to convince him that he was wrongly executed.
Are you crazy?
Don't you think it would be worthwhile doing that?
I know Walter did it. I'm not going to tell lies for you or anyone else.
But for Ken's sake.
He's old enough to look after himself. He's had all he's gonna get from me. Good day to you.
So that was that. No help from Phil Gray. I walked thoughtfully back to the car. I was just going to get in when I saw a little gray-haired, careworn woman waiting by the car.
Hey, mister.
Yes?
I'm Maud Gray, Ken's aunt.
Oh, yes, Mrs. Gray.
I heard you talking to Phil. I was listening. And I can tell you Walter Lockhart didn't kill Gregory.
He didn't. But how do you know?
Never you mind. But I'm telling the truth. One man died for a murder he didn't commit. But I can't see his son suffer.
But do you have any evidence? Or do you just think?
I tell you I know. If you want any information, go to see old Steve Dawson in Cleveland. He was Gregory's partner. He's still got the business on Lake Street.
Maud, where are you?
Oh, dear, I'll have to go. If you want the truth, mister, you'll find it in Cleveland.
Maud!
The old woman scuttled away, and I got into the car. I bypassed Stella Carruthers' home and drove to the office. After a brief, pointed conversation with the editor, I found myself on a plane bound for Cleveland. I didn't know what I was chasing. It could have been a wild goose. I had no trouble locating Steve Dawson when I got to Cleveland. He received me straight away. He was a little dried-up guy with sharp, restless eyes. A cagey customer.
Well, Mr. Stone, what can I do for you?
You can supply me with some information.
To do with finance?
No. To do with crime.
Crime? You're a newspaper man, aren't you?
Yes.
I know nothing about crime. My business has always been open and above board. If you're looking for a crime story...
I want to know something about a man who once was your partner. A man called Gregory.
Why?
Who murdered him?
Walter Lockhart was accused of the murder.
He was found guilty.
So what? They executed him? That was the finish of the case.
Not quite, Mr. Dawson. Walter Lockhart left a son.
A son? Yes. Yes, that's right, sir, he did.
I'm trying to help that boy. I want to prove his father wasn't a murderer.
The law decided he was.
The law could be wrong.
Why drag everything into the open again? It's all over and done with.
It can never be over and done with while Ken Lockhart lives under the shadow of his father's crime. If you can help that boy, you should.
It's no business of mine. Who told you to ask me?
Mrs. Gray.
Maud?
Yes.
That's strange.
Why?
She was in love with Gregory. She used to meet him privately. I know Phil Gray found out.
You mean you think Gray killed Gregory and put the blame on his partner?
Because I think it. It doesn't mean it's right.
But surely Mrs.
A
Gray...
wife can't testify against her husband. Besides, she had plenty to hide. I think they took Lockhart's kid as a sort of compensation. But it's all so long ago, you can't dig out the evidence now. Of course, if Maud decides to talk...
I wonder why she sent me to see you.
I couldn't say. But Maud never did anything straightforward. She always went the roundabout way. Excuse me. Hello? Who? Oh, I see. Okay, tell him to wait. I'll buzz when I want him. You sure started something, Mr. Stone.
What do you mean?
There's a Mr. Ken Lockhart asking to see me.
Ken? Here? Must have come by train.
Shall I get him in?
Please.
Strange how you can push a thing out of your mind, and then suddenly, years later, it can bounce up and hit you. I never gave a thought to Lockhart's kid. Come in.
Mr. Dawson?
That's my name. You know Mr. Stone?
Mr. Stone?
I'm down here on business, Ken.
Aunt Maud told me to come here. She wouldn't say anything else.
She told me the same thing.
Well, what does it mean?
If my guess is right, it means your father was not a murderer.
Mr. Stone, you're serious?
Perhaps Mr. Dawson will be good enough to tell you what he's just told me. We got the story from old Dawson. There wasn't much of it, but enough to give us a lot of hope. I got a seat in the plane for Ken, and he flew back to New York with me. We went to my apartment to plan out our campaign. Well, it's up to you, Ken. Do you want to make it a police matter?
No, I don't, Mr. Stone. Aunt Maud's been pretty good to me, but Uncle Phil...
Uncle Phil let your father go to the electric chair.
We can make them both talk. Look, all I want's a confession for my own peace of mind and for Stella.
Let's go and find out about it. We got into the car and started our long, silent drive to Gray's home. When we got there...
Mr. Stone, what's happened? The crowd, the police.
Something screwy here. Here, stick by me, Ken.
I don't get it.
We soon will. Oh, I know that, Cop. Hey, what gives, Casey?
Oh, hey, Randy. Nothing here for you, just an accident.
What happened?
Oh, just an old couple dozed off in front of a gas fire. Fire must have gone out or they left the gas on. All the windows closed. And that's all there is to it. No mystery, no foul play. Seemed a harmless old couple. Name of Gray.
Both dead?
Very.
Thanks, Casey. There's nothing here for me.
Okay, Randy. Well, I'll be seeing you.
Sure. Come on, Ken. We went back to the car. There didn't seem to be anything to say. I got in heavily, and Ken got in beside me.
No, we'll never know, Mr. Stone.
That was an accident, Ken. She did it. That was her way of making atonement.
We'll never know that for sure.
We've got to take it for granted, Ken. That's why she sent us to Cleveland.
Maybe. Hey, look, there's Stella coming out of the gate. I'd better drive away, Mr. Stone.
Nuts.
Ken, darling, it's all right. Dad got a letter, special delivery, from Mrs. Gray.
A letter?
She told us everything. Your father didn't commit that murder. That's why...
The gas?
Yes, we got the letter afterwards. Oh, Ken, Dad wants to see you. It's going to be all right.
You can't kiss a girl through a car window. Get out and do it properly, man. I was best man at the wedding, too. Well, Ken got a cute wife, and the Daily lost a good junior receptionist. Me? I'm thinking of telling the editor where he gets off one of these days. Copy, boy.
Nightbeat. Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Hi there. This is Randy Stone. I cover the Nightbeat for the Daily. Stories start in many different ways. This one began with a call from homicide and ended with a call from home. Covering the Nightbeat. Nice work, you say, and nice work it is, except that work is work, and a man gets tired ferreting out the secret side of his fellow human beings. So, as the man said, some seek out greatness and others have it thrust upon them. Tonight I preferred the latter method. That's why I was riding around with Jack Manson, a prowl car copper. If there's a story in the city of New York, a great story, a story which will give me fame and make me immortal for a few days at least, if there's a story like that floating around New York, I was a little too tired to go look for it. Let greatness be thrust upon me. A prowl car is a good place to wait. The only drawback was Sergeant Manson, the man at the wheel. Next to driving that prowl car, he loved talking.
It's what I've been telling you, Randy. Believe me.
And what he talked about most were his, quote, experiences, unquote.
Believe me, Randy, you can't get the gist of it just riding around once in a while, kind of. You know what I mean?
Sorry, but 2 night jobs would give me a split personality, and I just barely have enough for one person as it is.
Smart gab. I'm making a big deal, and you talk like something out of... Well, you know.
What I mean is, I've had the experience and you know how to write.
Sure thing. A team. We collaborate. 50-50, split everything we make.
Ah, boy, you newspaper guys know all the answers.
We know all the questions. It's the next best thing to knowing all the answers.
Car 203, go to 800 Lakeland Drive. Repeat, 800 Lakeland Drive, a homicide.
Just like that. That flat, used-to-it sort of tone I can never be comfortable with. A man is dead. A woman is dead. A mother. A wife, a husband, or a lover, or a babe in arms. A homicide. At least one a day belongs in any good newspaper. One a day. Along with an editorial on taxes and the football scores. I hope I never get used to it. Lakeland Drive was in one of those swanky office districts. Low-lying, one-story modern buildings that looked like they were meant to be lived in instead of worked in. Class, as they used to say, class all the way through. An expensive joint. But Allied Investment Limited could afford it. Open season on bookies, Lieutenant?
I don't know what you're talking about, Stone.
Rumor says that Allied Investment makes more money investing in racehorses than it does in bonds.
Do you believe everything you hear?
No.
Sign on the building reads Allied Investment.
And I don't believe everything I see either.
Well, if it is true, it's out of my line. I only get to them when they can't tell me anything about the work they do.
Hey, it looks pretty crowded in there.
Well, most of them were here when it happened. But most of them have a story, too.
I suppose all the lights went out?
No. Getting a drink of water or looking for a pencil, things like that.
Dead man must have been the loneliest fellow in town.
Eddie McNeil? Lonely? Why, he was too big a guy to get lonesome.
You mind if I go in and do a little interviewing?
Who with?
The victim, of course. Who knows more about his murder than the victim? It was the reception room of a very respectable business organization. But when I passed through the heavy paneled door, I saw the battery of telephones. 3 to a desk. The whole thing was soundproofed. A respectable building with a respectable room and a respectable corpse lying in the middle of it being photographed. But that wasn't the only thing that seemed incongruous. There was a face. A good, healthy, honest face among all those granite blocks. And the voice that came out of it seemed awfully tired.
Yes, that's how it happened, and then I received the phone call.
From who?
I told you, I don't know. If I know, you can be sure I'd tell you.
Did he ask you then?
Well, in a way, yes. Yes, he did. He asked me if I was that Professor Kiefer from the university and know all about communication systems and things like that. I'm quoting him.
And then you came right down here.
They offered to pay me, the Allied Investment Company. They offered to pay for whatever services I could render them.
Didn't it seem funny that an electrical expert...
Electronics.
Okay, electronics. Didn't it seem funny?
I needed the money. I've been called for private work before. If you don't believe me, I can prove it to you.
That's why his face didn't fit. Professor Kiefer. A young man, maybe around my own age. Only I had a double reason for noticing him. I did an article on him, on his work, about 3 years ago. There was something fantastic about his project. He'd been working on things called high-speed calculators, mechanical brains, the think machines that could do higher mathematical problems while we're adding up 9 and 4 or estimating nothing flat exactly where a bomb should drop. I guess the cops figured he didn't figure either. That he hadn't seen the killer. They let Kiefer go, but I followed him outside. Professor Kiefer.
Oh, yes?
Remember me? Randy Stone.
Randy Stone? Oh, you're that newspaper reporter.
You say newspaper reporter as if it was a social disease instead of an occupation.
I'm very sorry. I've been under a strain.
I know.
You were in there just now?
It's a ritual. Every time somebody gets killed, a newspaper reporter has to be there. It's like those ancient tribes who painted themselves blue and danced around in circles.
Seems quite applicable.
Of course, you know I'm going to ask you questions.
Well, yes, certainly. Please do.
How did you get mixed up in this?
I'm not mixed up. Please don't put it that way. I most definitely am not mixed up in anything here. When they called me, I came. It seemed perfectly all right. It seemed perfectly legitimate.
The last time we talked, you didn't have much time for anything besides your research work.
That was a very flattering article. And I've had a chance to thank you.
Well, it was a feather in my cap. Professor, let me put it another way. Why did you come down here?
That research you admired?
And still do.
It isn't exactly the road to untold wealth, you know.
You never impressed me as the kind of a man who was looking for the road.
Are you going to write me up again?
This is a mighty big murder, Professor Kiefer. The man who was killed in there tonight was one of the most influential men in the East.
My family, my wife. It just wouldn't be right to print my name with this thing. And I'm not part of anything in there. You must understand, Mr. Stone. When I came down here and saw what was here...
What did you see?
Well, they were a strange group. The way they talked, I knew something was wrong.
Like what?
Well, when I saw what it was, I refused. I told them I couldn't do anything for them. No, not couldn't. That's wrong. I wouldn't. I told them I wouldn't do what they asked.
For instance?
I turned them down. Isn't that enough? They wanted a communication system put in, and I said no.
Okay. Sorry.
Are you going to write this up?
Are you going to teach electronics?
I guess you have to. I suppose it's expected of you.
I wish it was something nice about you, Professor. I liked what I wrote the last time because I liked the way you thought. I liked telling people about it. Of course, you know that Allied Investment is headquarters for one of the biggest bookie syndicates in the country.
No, I didn't.
Well, good night.
Mr. Stone?
Yeah?
Do you have a car?
Not here.
Would you like a lift home?
Thanks. There was a kind of desperation in his voice. He couldn't let me go without getting his name out of the story. And he talked. He kept repeating the story of how it happened, more as if he was convincing himself than me. He was really involved. He was a little too intense, trying a little too hard.
Mr. Stone, if you put my name into the story of the murder, I'll probably lose my job at the university.
I wasn't the only reporter.
You were the only one who recognized me. You were the only reporter who knows my name.
The police know
When
you.
they let me go, I told them. I explained my position. They said they'd keep my name out of it. Maybe they'd call me again, but that they wouldn't release my name.
Well, I'd like to, Mr. Kiefer, but... Well, if any other paper comes out with a story and your name is used,
You have to omit my name. Oh, now, look, Mr. Stone, why don't we talk some more? I'm sure... Well, I mean, it's just possible that I've forgotten something in the excitement. Forgotten, and I'll remember something more.
How about my office?
No. Perhaps you'd come to my home. I can think better there.
Sure, Professor, sure. I always give a man a chance to think and remember. I was still hunting for the reason. Nothing could have shaken this man 3 years ago. He believed in something then, something good, and still did. Only, maybe that was it. Maybe he didn't believe in himself anymore. His wife opened the door as we approached it. She was a pretty woman, bright and attractive looking. Only there was a third look. Dear.
Oh, darling, I'm so glad you're home.
Honey, I only went out for a few hours. Only a few hours, dear.
Yes, I know.
Oh, Betty, this is Randy Stone.
Stone?
Good evening, Mrs. Kiefer.
The reporter, Randy Stone?
Everybody seems to say it that way tonight.
Oh, come in, Mr. Stone, come in.
You did that article on my husband.
I'm the
Stone.
fella.
It was a very good article. It was a true picture of his work.
Betty, would you please put on some coffee?
Yes.
I said, would you put... Oh. Why that frown, honey?
A phone call.
The university?
No name. Mr. Stone, would you excuse us a moment?
I slumped into a chair and picked up a magazine, but I didn't look at it. I was watching the Kiefers whispering to each other in a corner of the dining room. The look on their faces spelled growing terror in banner headlines, and it wasn't hard to figure out that the long arm of the syndicate which is sometimes longer than the arm of the law, reached right into this house and slapped a clammy hand over the professor's mouth. The professor had seen too much. When an associate professor of electronic engineering helps build a mechanical brain, you kind of expect it of him. But if he's in the office of an SP bookmaking syndicate when one of its head men gets knocked off, that isn't expected. To get your story, never follow what fits. An old city editor once rasped at me. Only follow what doesn't go together. Follow the contradictions. And that's what I followed. Professor Kiefer, a real contradiction. I followed him right into his living room where his wife had taken him aside to say the syndicate was worried about what the professor saw this evening. Kiefer walked back into the living room with her.
I've been trying to explain to Betty, Mr. Stone. I've been trying to convince her that I'm not involved. Now, would you tell her?
Well, I got there after it was all over.
But you saw the police release me. Would they have released me if I'd have been important?
They would have kept him much longer.
But you are involved. You went there. You were there when it happened. Somehow you're involved.
Darling, I told you I turned down their offer. I refused it. I told you that.
Then why the phone call?
That was a mistake. I'm sure when they realize the police are convinced I had nothing to tell them, when they see the police are convinced I had nothing to say.
Who are they? The board of directors of Allied Investment Limited?
It's only natural they take extra precaution. You see, Mr. Stone, to men like that, the world is populated with enemies, real and imagined. But all the world is an enemy.
A threat?
I do the same thing. An empty gesture, a warning, but meaningless.
Okay, Professor.
Well, maybe you'd like something stronger than coffee. Perhaps a drink?
I'll get...
No, dear, don't worry. I'll get them.
I don't understand. Oh, it's grotesque, Mr. Stone. It's like a thing one reads about, but it never happens to you.
I don't think there's much cause to worry unless your husband's called as a witness.
How could he be? He didn't see anything.
And there's nothing to be afraid of.
No. Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Are you going to write up his work again, Mr. Stone?
Only if there's been some change made in the machine.
Or any change in the scientist? Is he as important as the machine?
Mrs. Kiefer, he's given up his research, hasn't he?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about it to me. He used to, but not anymore.
Your husband has pulled something important out of his life. That leaves a vacuum. And if I remember a very rusty high school course, something has to rush in to fill a vacuum.
I have no right to turn against him.
You're asking for help, Mrs. Kiefer. You're not turning against him.
I can't hold up much more.
But you're not turning against him.
Oh, to criticize him like this.
To ask for help.
Oh, yes. Yes, I probably am. I am asking for help. He did fill the vacuum.
A man who works nights must have that success drive.
You're a very perceptive man, Mr. Stone. And a kind one.
Not really. It's just that I have a twisted mind. I respond favorably to complete honesty.
Please don't be flippant.
It's the only way I can say that I want to help you and your husband.
Oh, here we are. I'm sorry the drinks took so long. The ice was stuck in the fridge. Here you are, Mr. Stone.
The drink was a formality. He wanted me to go so they could talk. I wanted to leave so I could take advantage of the time that was left. The syndicate doesn't make threats just to keep their muscle men out of mischief. They knew the professor saw something, but how could I convince him that his silence now would only get him a permanent silence? That maybe the storm would blow over, but it would take his head with it. I needed an expert, one who knew both science and scientists. The man was Dean Boswell, head of the Electronic Engineering School at the university.
Strange hour to come interviewing, Mr. Stone. Well, what is it you wanted to know?
A professor on your staff, a William Kiefer.
Oh, Professor Kiefer. Yeah? What about him?
You tell me.
A sensitive man, a good person.
Is that all?
Isn't that enough? What more does a man have to be in this world to be something important and valuable?
As a scientist?
Brilliant.
Well, have you noticed any change in his attitude toward his work? I mean in the last few years.
Mr. Stone, Good night, sir. I have no intention of discussing my teaching staff with you.
I'm only suggesting it to prove that
I said good night, Mr. Stone.
Just listen to me for half a minute.
Half a minute? Then good night.
I had to bust in this way, but I can't tell you why, not now. But will you take my word for one thing? He's in as much trouble tonight as he'll ever be in his life.
What's at stake, Mr. Stone?
His life.
What do you want me to do?
I'd like your expert advice.
On what?
Some telephones at Allied Investments Limited. On the way, Dr. Boswell and I exchanged points of information about Professor Kiefer. I was right in my judgment of him 3 years ago, and that his life was well worth trying to save. At Allied Investments, it took a little fast talking with the lieutenant who didn't like my bringing guests.
Why don't you sell tickets, Stone?
If you'll give me a little advance notice on these things, I'll try.
Oh, sure. We'll send out announcements.
And it's okay to go in?
Well...
Okay, thanks.
He didn't say yes.
Cops never say yes. They just don't kind of say no. Over here, Dr. Boswell.
Mm-hmm. Which one do you want me to start on?
I don't even know what you'll be looking for. Without another word, Dr. Boswell went to work. He moved around with as much animation as a man waiting for a bus, but he didn't miss anything. He followed the circuit wires and switches, controls, and feedbacks. The lieutenant didn't miss much either. He stood just watching and puffing slowly on a cigar. Boswell came back to me and dropped his bombshell.
I found it.
You found what?
It's a gobbler.
Try it again?
The device installed. It's a gobbler. It jumbles up the voice on this end and transmits it to the receiver on the other end, which returns the voice to its natural tone.
Pretty good for sending racing information across the state line, huh?
Perfect.
Phone company put it in?
Never. This was a private installation.
A radio repairman could have done it?
This isn't the most complicated of electronic devices, but it takes an expert, Mr. Stone. An expert.
One last question. Where's the control box?
That room, to your right and through the door.
The one where they found McNeil's body. Well, I guess that cuts it, Dr. Boswell.
I'd rather not hear your conclusions. There isn't anything more I can do.
You're right. It's mine. All mine. I dropped Dr. Boswell off at the university. There wasn't much to say to each other, but on the way back to the Keepers, I had a lot to talk about. And all to myself. How would I open? How could I let him know I knew without scaring him more or making him defiant? Because he had to be convinced. He had to talk. He had to give witness against the killers. My problem was solved between the time I parked at the curb and rang the doorbell. A car pulled up across the street. Two very tough-looking gentlemen got out. But when they saw me going to Keefer's door, they sat back in their car and waited.
Oh, Mr. Stone.
I thought after our last talk you'd be glad to see me. Aren't you going to ask me in?
No.
I think I'd better come in anyway, Mrs. Kiefer.
What is it, honey?
They're parked across the street, Kiefer. They came just after I pulled up.
Well...
Now, don't worry, darling. It's all right.
It's all wrong, Professor. There isn't much time. Call the police. Now, get the phone and call them. Tell them...
I have no reason to believe that I'm in danger.
Look, you're too bright. I found out about the garbler, I know, and so does Boswell.
Boswell?
I took him with me. Now call the police.
Oh, please go away, Mr. Stone, please.
I didn't get you and your husband in trouble, Mrs. Kiefer. I only found out about it.
I've done nothing wrong, nothing. I've harmed no one.
Except yourself and your wife.
Moralizing doesn't fit you very well, Stone.
Granted, only I'm not moralizing. When I walk out that door, they walk in, and you won't walk again. How did a guy with your brain get into this? How? Why?
Because I have this brain, isn't that obvious?
Well, what you were doing was so great.
Really?
So...
And what do you know about it? An interview with me, an article? What did you find out? That the mechanical brain can compute and evaluate, but it pulls mathematical answers out of the air? But did I tell that 100 of these machines could throw millions of people out of work?
They'll find something else.
There isn't anything else for the semi-skilled. Only the people with training can survive. Mr. Stone, did I tell you about things we dream of a mechanical brain doing? Like running a steel mill, for example. Only the skilled can survive. And they're not being trained.
Then they'll be trained yet. That's progress. You're beating yourself over the head for doing something fine.
Drop a rock in a glass of water. What happens? The water spills over the sides. It's a theory called displacement.
Those men outside...
The devil with the men. You wanted to know why? Okay, then listen to why. You ask a question, listen to the answer. The water spills over the sides, but drop a machine, a think machine, a fantastic machine, into a large group of people, and it displaces some of them. Okay, now what happens when they spill over the sides? Water just runs out, but human beings break.
And what should we do? Smash everything?
I don't know. I don't care anymore. Can't you understand that? No one else thinks ahead. No one else thinks beyond today. Why should I? Get mine while I can. That's why I work for Allied.
Boswell isn't giving up.
Boswell is a visionary.
He's staying there. He's fighting for what you believe in.
Boswell is lost. It's a lost cause.
At least he's still trying to find the answer. No matter how misused his inventions are, but at least he's trying to find the answer.
Boswell can't see what he's doing. The killing.
Boswell doesn't condone murder. Not the murder of millions or the murder of one. Even the murder of a man like McNeil. But you do. Because you know who murdered McNeil.
Bill.
You can't turn back the clock, and you can't stop it from going ahead. But you can be decent and fight for what's decent. Only decency begins at home. You have to start with yourself. All right.
Police Department. This is Professor William Kiefer of the Allied.
I'm scared. Science hands us a batch of miracles, but what do we do with them? We're like kids playing with a box of matches. Sure. Matches will help build a fire to warm you, to cook food, to make steel. They can also burn down a house and everybody in it. Only when you were a kid, there was a mother or a father standing right there to say, no, you'll get burned. But we're supposed to be grown up now. There's nobody around to say we'll get burned, and science has just handed us a box of matches. I hope we grow up before we burn ourselves to death. Copy, boy.
Nightbeat.
Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Wrong number. What do you want?
Oh, this is Bill, City Desk. Is that you, Randy?
It's me, Randy.
Oh, lucky I found you home.
Yeah, sure.
Say, special delivery letter just came for you.
So, who's it from?
It doesn't say on the envelope.
Well, open it as if you haven't already.
Well, it's signed Dolly Graham.
I'm booked solid for the next 2 weeks.
It's that Dolly Graham, Randy. I'll read it to you.
Oh, look,
Dear
Bill.
Mr. Stone, you're always looking for a story. I've got one for you. I can prove that I was not responsible for Mrs. Thompson's death, that I have been framed...
What Thompson death?
Well, there's more. They wouldn't let me answer these questions in court. What did Mr. Thompson say to his daughter right after the accident? And what happened to the boy who was in my car with me when the accident took place? Please come and see me today. Signed, Dolly Graham.
Oh, great. Great. Now maybe you'll tell me who Dolly Graham is.
Hey, try reading the Daily once in a while, Randy. Dolly Graham is the girl whose car crashed into Paul Thompson's and killed his wife. She was convicted last week on a manslaughter charge.
Hey, which Thompson? The guy running for the state senate?
Yeah, that's him. That's why I called you, Randy. There might be a story in this.
Where is she?
Woman's detention, California Avenue. Hey, it might be a good idea if you came down here first and read up a little on the trial.
Did I say I was going?
You're fighting it, Randy, but you're losing.
Okay, I'll be right down. But I'll hate myself for it.
I adjusted my perspective to daytime living, and a couple of hours later I was down at the paper's library reading up on the trial of the people versus Dolly Graham. The Graham girl hadn't had a chance. According to witnesses, she'd driven a car out of her own driveway at a high rate of speed and had run straight into Thompson's car. To cinch the case against her, the DA pointed out that the girl had 2 previous reckless driving citations, and that at the time of the accident, her driver's permit had been suspended. Public sympathy had been all with the Thompson family. From the facts, any guy in his right senses would have forgotten the whole thing. But then nobody's ever been able to prove that I am. So I went over to woman's detention for a visit with Dolly Graham. The matron, I discovered, was an old friend of mine.
Randy Stone. Glad to see you. Draw up a chair.
I've got a pass to see Dolly Graham, Nellie.
Graham. All right. Come on. These wild, irresponsible kids. Put him behind the wheel of a car and it's murder. Plain murder.
That's just what the DA said. You know, that trial read like a bad play written for the star performer only. In this case, Mr. Paul Thompson.
You're crazy, Randy, but I love you anyways. Maybe if you shaved regularly. You got a visitor, dearie.
Who is it?
19 years old. She might as well be 90. 10 minutes, Randy.
Yeah.
If you need help, Dolly, just holler. I wouldn't be too surprised. Well?
I'm Randy Stone.
What does that call for? 3 cheers?
I'm the Randy Stone at the Daily. The one you sent for.
I sent for you? You must be nuts. Got a cigarette?
Yeah, here. Keep 'em.
What are you staring at?
You're just a kid. Just a frightened kid trying to hide it behind a cloud of cigarette smoke.
All right, so I'm scared. What do you want?
I got this letter from you this morning, special delivery. This was your idea, so
I didn't write any letter. Here, let's see it.
Here.
Oh, it's my name, but I didn't write this letter.
Any idea who might have sent it?
No.
Read it.
I am.
Make any sense to you?
Oh, just this about George Saunders. He was in the car with me when it happened.
Not according to the testimony.
Oh, he beat it before the police got there. I told him about it at the trial, but they didn't believe me.
Why'd he run out on you?
Oh, he'd broken parole, I think. In Kansas or Wyoming, someplace like that. The police are looking for him. They tried to make a deal with me.
Who did?
They told me if I pleaded guilty, I'd be treated just like any other traffic accident, but I told them no, it wasn't my fault. So they made it manslaughter.
A politician's wife was killed. Your record made it a cinch to convict you.
Thompson's car crashed into mine, I tell you.
The car has always been a sort of mechanical toy to you, hasn't it?
Oh, not another lecture coming up.
Sorry, Dolly. That's the good citizen in me. Keeps coming out every once in a while. Go on.
My lawyer told me not to try and buck Paul Thompson. He said Thompson couldn't afford any unfavorable publicity on account of his running for the Senate. So here I am.
I'd like to know who sent me this letter.
You're wasting your time, Mr. Stone.
Keep talking. Tell me anything you can remember.
Well, I was waiting for this car to pass. My car was standing still in the driveway. I swear that. Then his car started weaving, like he was drunk or something. Next thing I know is the crash.
The Thompson car rolled over on its side. Remember that?
The first thing I saw was her, his wife, lying on the street, dead. I heard someone trying to get out of the other car, so I ran over to see if I could help.
And by this time, your boyfriend had disappeared, I take it?
Mr. Thompson was helping his daughter out. He said something to her, and she started running down the street.
What did he say to her?
Well, I heard it, but I don't remember exactly.
He testified in court that he told her to go and bring a doctor. Is that what he said?
No. Well, there's nothing about a doctor. He told her...
What?
I'm trying to think. Something about a home.
Now, the words. Try and think of the exact words.
Go on home, I think he said. Go on home, Anne. I'll look after things myself. That's all he said to her.
This friend of yours, George Saunders...
Then Mr. Thompson kind of staggered over to where his wife was, and he fainted. Then the people started coming around. They started shouting at me and blaming me, and Mr. Bell told everybody he'd seen me do it.
That's the next-door neighbor.
He lied. He told them it was my fault. I don't know why, but he lied.
You haven't told me about Saunders. Where can I find him?
He played a clarinet at the jazz bar on Higgins Avenue. Know where it is?
Yeah.
They wanted me to plead guilty. I guess I should have. Well, there's something screwy about Thompson helping the girl out of the car, but I can't think what it is.
Time's up, Randy.
Okay.
Mr. Stone, do you believe me?
Yeah. Yeah, I believe you. But what does that mean? Nothing. I'm a notorious screwball about such things. I believed her. Maybe it was intuition. Maybe it was just the frightened, pleading look in the girl's eyes. I went back to the office and read the trial records again. If ever a conviction had been prefabricated, Dolly Graham had gotten it. The evidence had been flimsy, the witnesses unreliable, and several times the jury had been reminded of Mr. Thompson's fine record as a citizen in the community. Me, I've got a lot of theories that never work out. I worked on one of them that night. That Saunders, the musician, was still in town. By 2 a.m., I was convinced that he wasn't. So I went back to the office and wrote a nice vitriolic column about trials and courtroom procedures. Nothing specific, you understand. Just a poisonous bit about how many people are railroaded into jail sentences because of a willingness to find a person guilty before the trial. Then I went home. I set the alarm for 1 o'clock in the afternoon and went to bed. The mechanical monster did its work, and by 2 o'clock I was climbing the few steps to Mr. Bell's porch, Dolly's neighbor, the one who swore he'd seen the accident take place. Ah, Mr. Bell, my name is Stone. I'm with the Daily.
Read it all the time.
We're thinking of doing a feature story, pictures of you and your wife, the works.
As soon as she moved into the rooming house next door, I knew what kind she was.
You saw the actual crash take place, Mr. Bell?
Sitting right here. She came shooting out of a driveway doing 40, I'll bet. Reckless. Murderous reckless.
Your chair was right there where it is now?
Same spot. I told the missus the day that girl ran over my dog. She'll kill a person someday, and she did. She killed that poor Mrs. Thompson.
Maybe you just heard the crash, Mr. Bell. Could that be?
Seen it, I said. She ran over and killed my dog. Did it deliberate. Think she was sorry? Not her.
Do you mind letting me sit in that chair for a minute?
Go ahead.
Thanks.
What do you want to do that for?
I'm just trying to figure out how you could have seen the driveway from here. All I can see is a brick wall and 2 big trees.
Well, now. You wouldn't make me out to be a liar, would you? I seen it all.
You must have yourself a trick set of eyes, then.
I told them in court I seen it, and they believed me.
Maybe you saw it because you wanted to see it. You weren't exactly fond of the girl, were you?
Nothing to do with it. If I hadn't seen it, I'd have said so.
You'd have to have been hanging a foot over the railing before you could have seen the accident.
Well, maybe that's what I was doing then. You can't make no liar out of me. You go talk to Mrs. Marks. She lives in the same house as that Graham girl. She's seen it, too.
I'm going to. All right if I send somebody around here later to take some pictures?
Sure thing. And say, if you're writing something in the paper, don't forget to say that the missus is a fine dressmaker, one of the best in this section.
We'll headline that fact. This thing was beginning to scare me. Mr. Bell couldn't possibly have seen that accident, yet the Supreme Court couldn't have shaken his testimony. The girl had killed his dog, and since that day he'd carried around enough malice in his heart to be able to send her to prison on a phony charge. My blood started to pound, and I had a bad taste in my mouth. I was horrified to think that this man, Bell, was my fellow countryman. Mrs. Marks, another one of the witnesses against the Graham girl, lived in one of the upstairs rooms.
Yes?
I'm a newspaper reporter. I'd like an interview with you.
Come on in. I'll turn the radio off. You sit down there. You care for some sherry?
No, thanks.
Makes you feel better if you're ill. Helps the time go quicker. You were talking to Mr. Bell next door about Dolly Graham. I heard you through the window. Did you know Dolly? She had more boyfriends.
No.
Oh, I'm tired of talking about that accident.
You heard her leaving the room?
Laughing. He was kidding her.
In court, you said she came out alone.
I said I wasn't sure she was with somebody else.
But you heard a man's voice?
Maybe.
You were looking out of the window when it happened?
Yeah.
There was nobody in Dolly's car with her?
No. She said he'd run out on her. I didn't see him. That's a laugh, isn't it?
Hilarious.
I'm not much good to you, am I, mister?
Thanks, anyway. I checked into the office about 3 o'clock. Bill Marsden, the city editor, collared me.
Randy, this morning's column of yours, it's directed against Paul Thompson, isn't it?
Generally speaking, yes. Specifically, no.
You know the Daily's supporting him in his bid for the Senate?
Yeah. If I insinuated that the trial left a pretty foul odor behind, it's because I think so.
A judge tries her, a jury convicts her, but Stone, the Avenger, thinks she's been railroaded.
Like a rocket-powered express.
Thompson's attorney phoned. They want no more of it.
I see.
As a matter of fact, Thompson wants to talk to you.
And since when is the Daily influenced by politicians?
Proof's one thing, Randy. Conjecture's another. Give me proof and I'll print it even if it means my job.
I'm working on 2 more angles. First, to find out who wrote this letter. Then to find Dolly's boyfriend, the missing musician.
You believe there was a guy with her?
Yeah.
Let me take a look at that letter.
A friend of mine, Alf Harriman, is on the board of the local musicians' union. He's trying to trace this Saunders for me, and if he phones while I'm out, take a message.
Well, this is a girl's handwriting, Randy.
You sure?
Pretty sure. Was mailed late last night from about 30 miles away. High-class residential section.
I live here, remember?
I told Mr. Thompson you'd call him as soon as I heard from you.
Oh, it's late, Bill.
He said no matter what time it was, he wants to see you. He lives in the Nelson Apartments on Lakewood Terrace.
I'll call you as soon as he's had me bounced out on the street. A half an hour later, a nurse ushered me into Thompson's study. She had warned me that Mr. Thompson was a pretty sick man, and that I shouldn't say anything to excite or disturb him. She closed the door behind me. He looked old and tired. He waved me to a chair near him.
I'm sorry I can't rise to receive you. I haven't been well.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm told you were disturbed about my column in this morning's Daily.
Both its tone and contents were clearly directed against my family.
I was attacking a series of principles, not any individuals.
Running as I am for the Senate next month, your insinuations must have an adverse effect on my campaign. I've learned that you are conducting a private investigation into the tragic death of my wife.
To deny it would be stupid.
In the face of such overwhelming evidence as was presented in the court, do you mean to say that further inquiries can serve any useful purpose?
That remains to be seen. Let me talk to your daughter. Is she home?
Well, she's in no condition to see anyone. The poor child is on the point of a nervous breakdown. She has never recovered from that horrible night.
Just a few words with her, that's all I want.
Impossible. She's not in the city, at any rate.
Where is she?
Mr. Stone, I've wanted nothing so much in my life as I want that seat in the Senate. I've thought of a solution which might be compatible to both of us.
Nothing would suit me better.
I've long been searching for a young, aggressive man to run my campaign for me.
I'm afraid I'm losing you.
You are that man, Mr. Stone. Whatever your present salary is, I will double it. There must be no unfavorable publicity on...
What's the matter? Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson, what is it?
Diabetic. Insulin on the table. Do you know how to administer it?
No. What do I do?
The nurse... call her quickly.
Nurse, in here, quick. The nurse gave him the insulin, and I watched life come back to him. He tried to talk to me, but the nurse insisted that I go, an order I lost no time in carrying out. I got to a phone as fast as I could and called Bill at the paper.
Hello?
Bill, I want you to do something for me in a hurry.
Wait a minute. Your friend from the Musicians Union phoned.
Well?
He's located Saunders at the Exeter Hotel downtown, room 312.
Good. Now, if I can get to him tonight.
He's in his room. I checked with the clerk. And I sent one of the boys down to follow him in case he leaves.
Thanks. Nice to have you on the team.
I saw the pictures from Bell's porch. You know, he couldn't possibly have seen that accident.
I'll go and talk to the musician right away, but here's what I want you to do for me.
Huh?
Go down to the Motor Vehicles License Bureau and get me all the information you can on the Thompsons' driver's licenses, both the old man's and the girl's.
Uh-huh. And when will I see you?
As soon as I can bring Saunders back to give us tomorrow's front page story. Tommy Sullivan, one of my colleagues on the Daily, was waiting for me in the lobby of the hotel. The musician was still in his room, he told me. He said he was going across the street for a quick cup of coffee. Then I climbed 2 flights of stairs of the dingy fire trap.
Come on in. I don't think I know you. What was it you wanted?
It's about Dolly Graham.
You a policeman?
No.
What was it you wanted?
I talked to her yesterday. She said you were in the car with her when it happened.
It's what the jury believes is important now.
You were with her in the car. Give me a yes or no.
Yeah, I guess I was.
And you wouldn't step in and help the girl out.
I thought for sure she'd beat that case. We were just sitting there. I said to her, the guy who's driving, he's drunk.
The guy who's driving?
Sure, it was a man. I saw him.
The girl said she was driving the car.
Ah, she wasn't.
Come on, we're going places.
Nah, you don't understand. I just can't do it.
Well, I'll help you. Now get moving.
Yeah, they'll get me on that Kansas thing. Hey, the stairs are kind of narrow. You better walk ahead of me.
So it was a man who was driving that car. I don't know what he hit me with. If it was a fist, it had been forged by the American Steel Company. I went down and he got away from me. A couple of aspirins and a cab ride later, I was back at the office.
Hey, what happened to you?
The musician hit and ran. He got away. What did you find out about the licenses?
Thompson's daughter, Ann. She had a license issued to her, all right, a day after the accident.
After the accident? It's beginning to gel.
That isn't all. Thompson's own license has been revoked a year ago for reasons of health. That's all they'd tell me. Well, how's it look to you, Randy?
Thompson was driving. That's why he helped the girl out of the car. He got out first. He knew there'd be no doubt of his criminal responsibility, so he got the girl to
Prove? You've got to prove it.
I'm pretty sure I know how to get it. I think I know who sent me this letter.
Yeah?
She just couldn't go along with it all the way. The old man knew it, too. That's why he kept her out of town.
Well, the letter was postmarked locally.
Shouldn't be too hard to find her.
You gonna see her tonight?
Let's get busy on it. It wasn't too hard to find the girl. The postmark in the letter directed us to Lancetown, a high-class residential area 30 miles out of the city. The telephone operator there knew just who I meant. The Thompson girl visiting an aunt on Elm Street. I drove out there. The girl must have been waiting for me. I'd hardly started to press the bell on the door when it opened.
Yes?
I got your letter this morning.
Oh, come in, Mr. Stone.
Thanks.
I was hoping you'd come. I couldn't go on hiding a thing like that the rest of my life, could I?
No. No, you couldn't.
Dad didn't know Mother was dead. He thought it was just a traffic accident.
So he told you to say you'd been driving?
He shouldn't have been driving. The doctor warned him. Do you want me to go back to the city with you?
I think you'd better.
I couldn't do it. I felt so bad when I had to tell those lies in court.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That poor girl standing there, staring at me. I felt like crying. I feel like crying now.
Come on, honey. It's a long drive back to town. So what does it prove? Maybe nothing. But then look at it this way. Dolly Graham almost served a prison term because of a chain of what amounted to perjured testimony. Now, nothing intentional, mind you. Mr. Bell was far too righteous a man to deliberately swear falsely. He just called his shots the way he thought they should be. The same with the lonely Miss Marks, who substituted bitterness and a small drop of sherry for the truth and nothing but the truth. And Mr. Thompson, who couldn't possibly lose the Senate race. Somehow the facts became a little confused in their minds because First, they were a little confused in their hearts. And for Dolly Graham, a little confusion became a dangerous thing.
Copy, boy.
Goodyear, the greatest name in rubber, presents Nightbeat.
And now, Goodyear Theatre brings you Nightbeat, and we hand over to Randy Stone.
Hi there. This is Randy Stone. I cover the Nightbeat for the Daily. Stories start in many different ways. This one began with a search for the clear light of truth and ended with a vision in the darkness. There's one thing that never stops amazing me. It's the fact that of all the thousands of millions of people in the world, you never come across two who are exactly alike. I'm not talking of physical looks. That's not important. I'm talking about the nature of people. Sure, some are honest, some dishonest, some brave, some cowardly, some good, some bad, and so on, but they're only the basic things. Human nature is always different. And I guess the nearest you ever get to sameness is with that select group who toss away all pride, all personal ambition, all bigotry, and conscientiously look for the absolute truth in all things. Sonia Hardin was one of these people, although I didn't realize it that first day she called on me at the office.
So if you're too busy or something, you just say so, Mr. Stone.
Well, newspaper men are always busy, but there's always time to talk.
Thanks. I'm Sonia Hardin, Paul Hardin's daughter.
Paul Hardin, eh? Your father's a big man in this city.
He has a lot of money and a lot of influence.
That's what I meant. But just what can I do for you, Miss Hardin?
Just tell me the truth. That's all.
You figure that newspaper men can tell the truth?
I think you can.
Well, that's high praise indeed.
It's the reason I've come to see you, Mr. Stone. You see, I've often read your column about all the people you meet. The way you write, you seem, well, unbiased. Like you see other people's points of view as well as your own.
It's not always possible to do that, you know, but I do try.
But how are you to know the difference? I mean, one person tells you one thing, someone else tries to tell you just the opposite. How do you know which is right?
Well, there are a couple of yardsticks to go by. Depends on what sort of person you are, which one you use. If you're being loyal to a person or a cause, you take their part through thick and thin. If you're an individualist, it's not so easy.
Maybe I'm an individualist, then. You see, I can't usually see that any side is all right and the other all wrong.
Is it some guy that's worrying you?
In a way. But not the way you're thinking, I guess. The guy is my father.
Paul Hardin, eh? You figure the old man's been stringing a yarn or two that could be fairy tales.
Yes. Yes, that's about the strength of it. It's something I came across by accident. A business secret, I guess you'd call it.
You worrying about one of Paul Hardin's business secrets? It seemed crazy that a girl like Sonia Hardin should be getting all intense about business. She was 17, pretty as a picture, sincere, intelligent, the whole works. In any case, I figured that her old man was well capable of looking after his own interests. Yet here she was in my office asking questions about truth and lies, good and bad. I knew that I had to answer straight, real straight, because you don't beat around the bush with people like that.
You know about my father. He's one of the richest men in the state. That's beside the point. This thing I came across, I wasn't snooping, Mr. Stone. I just found it by accident. Well, I thought about it for a while. Then I asked him.
Yes, and then what?
The answer didn't come just straight, like it should have done. You see, I always trusted him before.
Well, business is business, you know, Sonia. Sometimes the big deals aren't so, well, clean as you'd like them to be.
And there's two sides to every question?
Yeah, that's just about it.
But which side is right? How do you know that?
Well, that brings us back to those yardsticks we were talking about. Remember?
Yes. The first one was if you owe loyalty to someone or something, you back them all the way.
That's right. Do you figure that you owe loyalty to your father in this case?
No. No, I just can't see it that way.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, this is the hard one. How do you know which side's right? There's only one way to really know, and that's to stand right in the middle between both sides. Then you look long and hard each way. It's got to be an issue that doesn't mean a thing to you personally. You've got to think just as much or just as little of the people on both sides. And you've got to be made so that you don't care whether people like you and praise you or hate you and curse you. If a man got to be like that all the way through, he'd make the best president in the history of the United States.
In the history of the world, maybe.
Yes, Sonia? In the history of the world. She walked out of there a puzzled, confused kid, leaving me no less puzzled and confused. I forgot the whole thing until a few days later when a guy just walked into my office like he owned the place. He sat down in the chair over on the other side of my desk and stared at me solidly for maybe half a minute. There was no giveaway expression on his face at all, not a flicker. So I just sat there and waited.
You Randy Stone?
That's the name on the door.
I'm Paul Harden.
What can I do for you?
You know my daughter.
Oh, I met her 2, maybe 3 days ago. Why?
What did she say to you?
Nothing that I'm in any mood to repeat.
She talk about me?
Maybe.
Oh, she talked about you when she got home.
That's very flattering. As it happens, Mr. Harden, I was able to give your daughter a piece of advice, something maybe her own father should have told her long ago.
Something about being two sides to every question, huh?
If you know all the answers, why ask all the questions?
What did she say about me, Stone?
Look, Mr. Harden, if you've got any guilty secrets, you don't want to start worrying yet.
It's not a matter of guilty secrets, Mr. Stone. But you must realize I have business rivals. People who'd give a lot to know some of the things I know.
And some of the things your daughter knows, eh?
Oh, maybe.
Then maybe I could give some advice to the rest of the family. You should try getting Sonia's confidence. Try getting her on your side.
That's just what you told her not to do. You figured she should stand in the middle and look both ways.
Oh, let's just put it this way. Your daughter didn't tell any secrets in this office. She just came in and asked me what I thought of right and wrong and truth and lies on a matter of principles. I gave her my views, and that's all there is to it.
That's not all there is to it. Last night, Sonia disappeared. There's not a trace nor a word of her.
Paul Harden's manner had suddenly changed. From the tough, uncompromising businessman, he suddenly became the worried father. I felt sorry for him, but mostly I was wondering what had happened to that 17-year-old girl who'd sat and talked with me a few days before. I asked the questions, the usual ones. If there was some boyfriend, if there was some place she might have wanted to go without telling her folks.
So far as we know, there was no reason for her just to go, Mr. Stone. She's never done anything like that before.
Then there's something else you must face, Mr. Harden. You're a wealthy man. Sonia could have been kidnapped.
It's something I've faced.
You've reported to the police, of course.
No, and I'm not going to.
But that's crazy. If Sonia has been kidnapped...
If she has been kidnapped, it's not for money.
I don't get it.
I don't seem to have any alternative but to trust you, Stone. Can I do that?
You wouldn't be asking a newspaper man to suppress a story.
Yes, I would.
Then why tell me? If you don't want to go to the cops, hire yourself a private detective.
Oh, no. I think maybe you are the only one who can help.
But I still don't get it, but... All right, I'll promise not to print the story if you can give me a sound reason why I shouldn't.
A reason like America's defense program?
Well, fair enough for me, but...
Look at it this way, Stone. The reason why I grilled you before I told you Sonia was missing was to find out if she'd been talking secrets to you.
Defense secrets?
Yes. Apparently she didn't say anything along that line. So, that looks as if there's been no leakage through you.
I don't deal in those kind of things. What's more, I don't figure Sonia would either.
She wouldn't deal in them. The point is, she might accidentally let the cat out of the bag. You see, she might have seen something in my papers. Well, you know what kids are like.
As I remember, she had seen something in your papers, but so far as I could gather, it wasn't about any defense program. She seemed to think it was some kind of
Well, some deal that wasn't quite square.
And that's all she said?
That's all. She didn't give any details. I didn't ask her for any. Except that she said she had talked to you about it.
Oh, that was something different again. I explained it to her.
You mean you explained your side of the story?
That is beside the point. The thing is, if she's found out one thing, she could have found out something else. And if it's the thing I have in mind, she's in unlawful possession of official secrets, and that's a security offense.
So?
So we have to find her.
We being you and me?
Being you, Stone. I can't do much, but you've got the contacts. Find Sonia, and it's worth $1,000 to you.
It was a story that didn't add up. Okay, take it at face value. Hardin's daughter goes missing, and he figures that she might know about some defense secret. And if he gets the FBI to look for her, there'd be some awkward questions to answer. Against that, Sonia might have been kidnapped. She might be in real danger. And the secret Hardin was worrying about might become known in some quarter where it could do a lot of damage. It was almost as if Hardin didn't even count the kidnapping theory, and yet he was offering me $1,000 to find the girl. I made routine checks at the hospitals and the morgue and drew blanks both places. Then I dropped into one of my favorite little dives to take in coffee and think about it all.
Hi, Mr. Stone.
Sonia.
This is one of the places you often mention in your column. I thought you'd come here sooner or later.
I've been searching everywhere for you. You okay, kid?
I'm okay. So far.
Your old man came and told me you'd gone missing.
That was quite smart. He knew I'd get in touch with you.
Knew you'd get in touch with me?
That's right. That means you've probably been followed.
Just what is all this?
We have to get away from here quickly, before his people find us.
Look, Sonia, this is crazy. A few hours ago, your old man offered me $1,000 to find you.
$1,000? Oh, that's much too cheap, Mr. Stone. To get me back home again is going to cost my father something over $1 million.
A pretty 17-year-old girl tells me we've got to move out fast, that I've probably been followed. The best place I know for getting lost is the heart of the city, so we pile into my car and drive uptown.
Oh, thank heavens we got away from there. I was expecting them to come any minute.
Look, what did you mean back there? You said it was going to cost your father something over $1 million to get you back home.
That's right. Those are the terms. Mr. Stone, you think I could be worth $1 million?
Listen, kid. An honest man or woman's worth more dough than there is in all the world. Are you being honest?
I'm being more honest than I thought anybody could be.
And the $1 million?
That's about what my father will lose if he accepts my terms. It's not cash to me, you do understand that.
I'm following you. Go on.
It's something he's going to do. But it's wrong. He mustn't do it. Mr. Stone, I did what you said. I stood midway and looked at both sides, and I'm quite sure it's wrong. You've got to believe me.
I do believe you. But what do we do about it?
We wait for my father's decision. He knows the terms.
Suppose you tell me.
A while ago, they called for tenders for a big defense contract, some chemical thing. I don't have the details. One of the chemists at my father's plant found out the new process. It cut the price around 50%.
That's legitimate business.
Sure, I know. My father got the contract, changed over the plant for the new process, and now they're ready to go. Ready to make just over $1 million for my father.
Still okay. That's business. That's the way it goes.
But it's not okay. This new process is dangerous. And the people who are going to work it don't know.
Well, your father knows. Isn't he taking any safety precautions?
So far, there aren't any that can be taken. I saw the chemist's report.
Then it's up to your father to stop this process until safety measures can be found.
That's what I said. Only there's a delivery date for the contract. Unless they get working on it right away, they'll lose the contract.
What about the chemist himself? What does he think about it?
The chemist's got a big bonus. He won't talk.
What does the stuff do?
It's the fluid they use. It gives off fumes, and they reckon that some of the people working with it will lose their sight.
Blindness. But isn't there any sort of a mask, or respirator, or goggles, or something?
Not so far. My father said when the contract's finished, he'll publish the chemist's report and withdraw the process.
But that could be too late for some of the people working in the plant.
By then, some of them might be blind.
Sonia, this is very serious. You're absolutely sure about all this?
Absolutely sure.
Okay, then.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore, though. I can write this story without any names in a way that'll force an inquiry. They won't let him use the process until it's been examined by experts.
It's not as easy as that, Mr. Stone. You're forgetting your own tip. You're forgetting to look at both sides. You're all on my side, on the side of the people who are working in the plant. You're forgetting two things. The $1 million my father stands to lose.
But $1 million, any number of dollars, is no sort of bargain against people's eyesight.
There's the other argument, too. My father made a lot of it when I was talking to him about it. This is a defense contract. You know, vital materials or strategic equipment or something, it all adds weight.
Not nearly enough weight.
That all depends on which side you're on. No, Mr. Stone. The decision is my father's. He has to make it.
This is getting crazier all the time. I can't see it as your father's decision.
You will see it that way, I promise you. And you'll see it that way before it's too late. Now, look, I've got a telephone call to make. Can we stop by the next drugstore, please?
Sure.
What time is it?
Time? midnight. There's a drugstore now. I'll pull over. I sat in the car outside that drugstore about 10 minutes before it finally penetrated my thick head that Sonia had given me the slip. I hurried inside, but the two telephone booths were empty. The soda jerk said a girl answering the description had walked in the front door and out the side without stopping. I wasted another 15 minutes working out the next move, until I figured I should get down to the Hardin chemical plant, but fast.
Who's there?
It's Randy Stone. Open up.
Randy Stone, huh? You the guy that writes in the paper?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, sorry, Mr. Stone. Can't let you in. Orders, you see. No one allowed in the plant after dark.
No one at all. Did you get any visitors tonight?
No, not what you'd call visitors.
Where'd she go? Inside?
Who? I don't know what you're talking
Miss
about.
Hardin, Miss Sonia Hardin. Is she in there?
Look, sir, you ain't got no right to
Is she in there or isn't she?
She's the boss's daughter. It's different for her.
Get out of my way.
I'm sorry, mister. I just can't...
Well, I'm sorry about this, pal, but... The watchman went down with a single smack I landed to his jaw. It was too bad, but I didn't have any time for talking nice and social. I went into the plant. A big, tall, ghostly-looking place like some great vaulted barn. There were benches and vats, all sorts of equipment that was new to me. The whole thing dimly lit by an occasional small electric lamp way up in the roof. Sonia! Sonia, this is Randy Stone. Sonia, I know you're in here. If you're thinking of destroying the place, it won't work. He'd only build it up again. Answer me, Sonia. I know you're here. I'm coming over there. If you're setting some sort of fuse, I'll still be here.
There's no fuse. It's safe. I'm going out this way.
Sonia!
I'm locking this door. You'll have to go the other way.
Sonia! Wait for me! Sonia had gone, so I went back to my office and just sat there at my desk, going through and through the details in my mind, trying to work out one useful thing I could do. It got to 2 a.m., 2:30. Then the telephone rang. Randy Stone.
This is Sonia, Mr. Stone.
Sonia, where are you? Are you all right?
I'm okay. Did you hear from my father?
No, I've been trying to contact him.
Are you sure my father didn't telephone or leave any message?
Sure, I'm sure, but don't worry about that.
It's terribly important, Mr. Stone. But don't you worry. Everything will be okay now. See you soon, Mr. Stone.
Sonia, listen to me. Sonia. Sonia. I tried to get the call traced, but it was too late. And so again, I had to sit down and wait. It wasn't easy. I had the feeling that precious moments were ticking away, that terrible feeling of uselessness. And then, with the clock at 3:05, Paul Hardin came into my office.
All right, Stone. Where is my daughter?
I don't know where your daughter is, Hardin. I don't think I'd tell you if I did.
I see. I brought you a present, Stone. Your story for the morning edition.
I have a story, Hardin. A story about...
Hand it. In that envelope is a big story, $1 million story.
I see.
It's the story of Paul Hardin canceling a big defense contract for the benefit of mankind.
Aye, how times change. Except you're still figuring it's the Paul Hardin story.
And so it is. In that envelope is a chemist's report on a new process we figured on using. But it's dangerous stuff. I've decided to withdraw it.
Mighty generous.
$1 million generous.
You must feel quite a hero.
I do. That's the way I figure you should handle the story.
I always handle a story the way it seems to me.
Okay, but the facts speak for themselves. You'd better tell Sonia she can come home now.
I got rid of Hardin as fast as I could. His manner, his arrogance, his conceit made me sick. And as soon as he'd gone, I went around to the night editor. I figured Hardin was as slippery as a snake and didn't want to be caught on any tricks. So I left the envelope unopened with the night man and asked him to go through it with a couple of witnesses standing by. Then I went back to my own office, and Sonia was there, standing over by the window, with the first light of the false dawn creeping up over the Manhattan skyline. Sonia!
Hello, Mr. Stone.
Well, come and sit down. I've got news for you.
You sit down. I like it here for a while. Sit down and I'll give you the story.
Well, that's the second offer I've had tonight. Your father was in here not more than a quarter hour ago.
In here?
Yeah, he brought me a packet. I'm just having it checked in now. Well, I figure it's the job.
The chemist's report?
Yeah. He said he was abandoning the project.
How very like my father. He always spoils everything. 2:00 was the deadline. You know that. That was the bargain I made with him.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's 3:30, but we can still make the morning edition.
But 2:00 was the time. He knew he had to find me and force me to go back home or turn in the report to your office by 2. He didn't do it. It wasn't here by 2. I rang you myself at 2:30. It wasn't here.
Well, take it easy, kid. You don't have to worry anymore.
Don't have to worry. Randy Stone, I'm turning around. Look at me.
Sonia. Sonia turned round from the window, and where her eyes had been, there was now something shapeless, colorless, sightless.
Those were my terms with my father, Mr. Stone. He should turn in that report and cancel the defense contract, or I would pour the raw fluid into my own eyes.
People. The people you meet. Who are they? What are they? They're people like a certain chemist who'll take a bribe to keep quiet about a report, although he knows a lot of others are going to suffer. There are people like Paul Hardin. Big, strong, tough, unscrupulous. The kind of guy who has more of everything than he'll ever use, and still he wants more. He'll lie, cheat, and swindle. When he's beaten, he turns the victory of his opponent to bitterness and loss. And there are people like Sonia. Not very many of them. But they keep their bargains, whatever it costs. They know instinctively the difference between right and wrong. And they never once waver from the path they've chosen. Maybe Hardin didn't really believe Sonia would keep her threat. I don't know. It's not for me to judge. But he did leave it an hour too late to have this $1 million story told his way. So I'm not writing a story about a big man in big business making big gestures. That sort of thing falls kind of flat beside the story of Sonia. Copy, boy.